Hey guys, good evening and welcome to my exciting channel. We're discussing Mandela effects and of the like. Thank you for joining in. Welcome all Mandela effectians. It's great to see everyone once again. We're back. We're back at you for some more Mandela effects. Sandy has got quite a bit here, and so does Teresa. And first, we're going to start off. Teresa, do you have any birthdays this week to deliver? Are there any birthdays we're celebrating? Teresa?
Teresa. She has trouble getting her phone off mute.
Oh, okay, okay.
You didn't give me enough time to look.
Okay.
Again.
Oh, okay,
Teresa,
okay, no problem.
Mute your YouTube feed.
Okay, well when we have that information, we'll gladly share it with y'all. So let's go ahead and get started with some brand new Mandela effects. Let me present my screen. All right, can you guys see that? Okay, so can you see that?
I can see it. Yep.
All right, so the spider or spoon daisy looks like it's straight out of Alice in Wonderland. So is this like a new breed?
Like I'm going to say in the next slide, I've never seen this before.
Oh my goodness. Not saying it's definitely a Mandela effect, but I've never seen this before. Wow. They look gorgeous.
It's coming up blurry. Is it blurry for you? There it goes. It went clear. No, it's a little blurry still.
Is it blurry?
Yeah.
How about now?
Go back to the previous one with words.
All right, let me go back.
Let me see.
All right. How about that one?
I'm waiting for it to load on my iPad. Still blurry.
How about now?
That's a little better.
Okay.
Still looks a little off, but you can read it now. Hey, Running Fox.
Hey, welcome everyone.
A lot of people lurking tonight. The issue from last week seems to have been resolved. We'll see as the night goes on. Not blurry for Reed Storm. Okay.
Sandy,
good.
are you at liberty to talk about that or no? Like,
I'm just showing the pictures of the different colors.
No. You were saying something about last week. There are issues that got resolved, or is everything cool?
Supposedly, Armor Up spoke with them, and it was a misunderstanding, and they said they're not going to do it. They're not going to do that anymore. So,
Okay, good. That's good. Now this looks like Shrek's ears. They look like, from Shrek. Goodness.
It's so weird looking.
Okay,
I don't
so
know why the pebble grows like that.
And speaking of rolled leaves, a new bug has been discovered that dances like aphids.
Which we just covered last night.
Okay, you guys covered this last night?
The aphids, not this bug. This bug is new.
Wow. So hold on. So you're saying the thickest leaf rolling psyllid is a tiny bug that infests. I can't say that. Fuchs leaves?
Yeah, that's not supposed to be like that. That was autocorrect. Ficus. So do ficus leaves.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I right before the show. I didn't spell check.
I'm glad I didn't say it the way it looked. Dances like aphids and makes itself known by. So you're telling me this little flying insect turns into this?
That's all. That's the stages of the same bug.
Yuck. Rolling the ficus leaves tightly, closed, unwinding the leaf will expose all the developmental stages.
So They make themselves known that they're infesting the plant by rolling the leaves. You'll see rolled leaves on the plant.
You know where they're primarily found? Are they in the U.S. or
They're
where?
everywhere, wherever there's a ficus tree or plant.
Oh wow!
That's another stage of them. And this is
The
the
damage done
damage.
to the ficus is extensive. Okay, so that's with that one.
And then trees have found a bug.
Is it
We
on
thought
this
we
list
covered
here?
them tonight. It's the next, it's the next folder. More
Okay.
bugs. Or another bug.
A Cuban laurel thrip.
Yeah, thrip.
Credit goes to Teresa Lynch for this find.
They are weird looking.
Yeah, weird looking bugs that do nothing but feed and destroy on leaves, as well as bite people who touch infested plants.
That's all I found that they do. There's nothing beneficial about them at all. And right now, there's like a new infestation of them happening in California. So even though they're Cuban, doesn't mean they're just in Cuba.
That's probably where they were discovered.
Yeah. Running Fox has heard of thrips, but not Cuban ones specifically. Hey, Dean. Welcome. Welcome, Reed Storm. Welcome, Ms. Anonymous.
Welcome, you guys. All right, so we're talking about, do we want to bring up logos and residue first, or should we bring up some new effects?
Whatever you want to do, you pick. And
All right,
I'm
keep
going
in
to say
mind-
I'm sorry to Dean because Dean may have seen a lot of these. But Brian needs to catch up. That's the goal right now, is to catch Brian up.
We have to catch up. We missed quite a bit.
You
let's
missed
talk
quite
about,
a bit.
I'll tell you what, let's get into some fun stuff. Let's talk about...
Brian?
Yeah?
Hello? Are you
Yeah?
doing ketchup or mustard?
Ketchup and mayonnaise. It's the
Yummy.
mayonnaise. It's the mayonnaise with one end, not two ends.
Yes.
I am
Thank
not
you.
and never will be a fan of mayonnaise.
Oh, God, don't go there, Sandy. Not again.
Gosh. All right. So where were we? I was gonna say we should probably pick something fun. Okay, let's go into okay, Barbie. What's up with Barbie?
Oh, okay. So
Okay.
read it. Go ahead.
I remember the whole Barbie controversy that her shape caused generations of eating disorders and depression.
Now, is that what you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember anything else about Barbie specifically that triggered women and young girls to starve themselves?
She was very skinny, very, very skinny.
Right, but do you remember anything specific? Hey, Rena. Hey, Jerry Mars. I think that's how you pronounce your name.
I don't know. You want to give me a hint? Because I didn't play with Barbies.
Well, before I give you the hint, look at your messenger. Just look at it real quick. There's a message there.
Okay.
Little messenger. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys why while he's looking at that. I'm going to ask you, actually, does anyone... I'm going to show that only because it's funny and it's related. No. I'm asking you if there's anything specific. Okay, well, I'm just going to show you because we're going to be getting answers like Skinny Barbie and the other thing. So apparently, in the 60s, there was Slumber Party Barbie. And Slumber Party Barbie came with some accessories. Because, you know, when you go to a slumber party, you always take with you your scale. Your scale that always reads 110 pounds. But it also came with something else. The scale was bad enough. But if you can go to the next image, you're going to see what came with this Barbie. Not the next image, but it's coming. Read it.
Oh, okay.
There you go. How to lose
What?
weight. Don't eat. That plastic book came with the Barbie doll, telling girls, young impressionable girls, that the way to lose weight was to not eat.
What?
I
No
don't
way.
remember this. I think we would have heard about this.
Yeah, we would have definitely heard about that. Does anybody that has played with Barbies remember this?
Or
Please
collected
speak
them.
up, or forever hold your peace. But I never heard of the weight loss book accessory. Is it an Emmy? Okay. So yeah, that's a good one. Any responses yet, Teresa?
Just no, never. Teresa's in the chat. Running Fox, no, never happened.
Maybe it's
Hi,
Mandela says
Manu.
never. What's up? Hey, Rena.
Hey, Red Jesus Radio.
Hey, Jerry.
Rena said no way. WTF. WTF. WTF.
Gosh. What reality is this?
It's so funny. It is
All right, so
evil. Why would you tell young girls not to eat? Oh my
I
gosh.
know.
I can't even.
Is that a gag? Did they really have that in there?
No, that was really in there, along with a scale that read 110 pounds.
Oh my goodness. All right, so let's do something else that's fun. What do you want to talk about now?
Why
The
don't we do
stylophone?
Aladdin? Aladdin's fun.
Okay, Aladdin. All right, who remembers Aladdin very well?
There's a couple of questions in here, not just one. Jerry Marr says, no, I was never aware of that, and my daughters played with Barbies 20 years ago. Nothing like pushing anorexia, Teresa says. Teresa, why aren't you in here? All right, guys. What color eyes do Raja and Iago have in Aladdin? I should say have in Aladdin, not in Aladdin have. Wow. I must have been tired making that graphic. See, Michael Badger is correct, but I don't remember that. Like, that's what it is now. That's not what I remember.
Okay. What color eyes Raja and Iago?
Running Fox says, I played with Barbies 40 years ago, and that anorexia Barbie stuff never happened. I believe it. I believe you 100%. 100%. So maybe it's Mandela remembers white. Sarah G002 said it came out in 1965, the Barbie.
Yes.
Teresa, stop playing and get your butt in here.
So who remembers?
Running Fox remembers green eyes, but now they're yellow and black. I remember white and black. The Mandela jaundice effect has struck them.
Okay,
Great
so
Storm
here's one.
says, I played with Barbies 53 years ago. No sick book.
Wow. So that came out every year, that particular Barbie?
It was whenever they released some Slumber Party Barbie, so 1965. And I'm assuming several years after that, because the whole
Okay.
Barbies are causing anorexia and mental disorders in young girls and hurting their self-esteem didn't happen until the 2000s that I'm aware of. Maybe the 90s, but I think the first time I heard it was the 2000s.
So Dean, I like what Dean says here. Dean Johnson, he's always posting like Bible quotes. I love it. So he says
Oh,
here,
I'm sorry. It's
for
Red
what?
Storm, not Reed Storm. So Red Storm. Sorry about
Red
that.
Storm. Okay. So for what goes into your mouth will not defile you, but that which issues from your mouth is that which will defile you. Thomas 14. Way to go, Dean. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
All right, so let's get back to what we were talking about just a second ago about Iago.
Yeah, 'cause there's more questions.
So explain briefly jaundice. What is jaundice?
Jaundice is a disease of the liver. And when the liver starts failing, your eyes, the whites, can turn yellow. So I'm just dubbing it the jaundice Mandela effect because their eyes are yellow. Like that's the symptom of jaundice.
I mean, I could kind of see Iago's eyes like that, but I don't think Raja was like that.
No, I have the next image. Well, the next
Okay.
image of Iago is residue of what I remember. But the second question is,
Oh my
what
gosh,
color is Raja's nose?
what color is Raja's nose?
Now, I am aware that number 3 is brown and says pink, and number 4 is pink and says brown. Just go by the number and the color of the actual nose, not the words. Ignore the words. Just go by the color of the actual nose. So what color do you remember? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Brian, the message is blocking number 4.
Okay. Does that work? So
Yes.
is it 1 black, 2 red, 3 brown, or 4 pink?
What color do you remember? So far, Sarah remembers number 1, which is black. Running Fox, black. I didn't know that they turn yellow when your kidneys fail, but I do know that they turn yellow when your liver does.
I'm having a tough time with this one. It's a toss up for me between 2 and 3.
You remember 2 and 3?
Yeah.
For
2
me,
or 3.
I'm torn between 1 and 3.
Oh man, so what color is it?
Well, I'm waiting to get a few more answers. So far, it's unanimous. Jerry Mars says 1. Still unanimous in the chat. Anyone else? Wait, we're not done yet. Go back.
Okay.
No, don't go forward. Go back.
Okay, I'm going back.
Okay.
I'm
All
back.
right, Michael Badger remembers brown. Hey, Scrappy Dappy Doo. I don't know why Teresa's not here. She's in the chat. She's not here.
I think she said she's keeping an eye out for trolls.
Oh. Manu remembers number 3, brown. Okay, so we're between black and brown. That's what I remember. It is currently 2. It's red. I don't remember red. Yet there's a lot of residue of every single color, which I've included. You're going to see them coming up. But we have one more question.
Okay, let me go back.
Go back. Oh, go back. You just showed the answer.
Okay. What color are the wingtips for Iago?
For Iago. Iago. You just said goo, and I just messed up because you said goo.
Iago. What color are his
Oh.
wingtips?
Even though you just saw the answer.
Does anybody have an answer for that?
Running Fox is black.
Really? Let's see what it is.
And Michael Badger says blue.
Whoa, they're blue. Yeah.
And when I showed this last night, I explained I'm probably going to be alone on this. But number 1, I don't remember them looking like fingers. That looks so wrong to me. That his feathers look like a thumb and fingers.
Yeah, that looks wrong to me too.
But for me, There was blue on his feathers, like on his arm, but his hands, his feather, the wingtips were red. Jerry Mars remembers black. This is what I remember: white eyes, blue on the wings, but red tips, and it looked like feathers. That's what I remember right there.
And then, so you're telling me he has a okay, so
Red nose.
red nose like
Yeah,
Rudolph.
I do have scenes from the actual film in the next slide, so you'll see that it is red.
See, I kind of remember the pink nose or brown. I don't know. See in this picture, the one, the second one down on the right. That one kind of looks brown.
Second one down is dark red. It's just the
That
whole
looks
scene is
brown.
darker.
Looks brown.
Okay, but I'm telling you, 100% it's red.
Oh gosh.
It's darker.
I mean, I believe you. That's messed up. All right, so Iago with his fingertip wings that are blue.
That's how it is now. And they look a lot like fingertips and not feathers. Like, look at that doll at the bottom. Like, he's gripping with his. It's so messed up. Now that's what I remember right there. There's not much residue for what I remember with the red. That doll is like just like a puffball with two wings, and the wings are all red.
Yep.
And that's it. That's all I could find. He has blue on the back of the tip, but not the front. I can go with that too.
So this is residue of like pink and brown.
Yeah, all the colors of residues I could find. Pink, brown. Because I didn't know what people were going to remember, so I looked for residue of all of it. There's more coming up. The pink looks really wrong to me. But residue exists. It's so messed up. And because there's more pink.
Yeah, there is more pink there.
And I could see pink over red, though. Because tigers have pink noses. Like real tigers. Which is also a Mandela effect for me. I don't remember them having pink noses. I remember them having black noses, and now they're pink with a black outline.
And my screen's a little froze at the moment, so
So we'll give it a minute. It'll catch up.
anyways, you want to talk about one of the other ones maybe we could talk about, and then I can share the pictures in a minute here once this works itself out.
Teresa, is there anything you want to talk about? You want to get back in here? Where is this girl? Teresa!
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Actually, there is something we can talk about. Running Fox just mentioned something in the chat that was in your group.
Oh, what?
And Running Fox is in the group. Running Fox is in your group. I'm trying to remember who Running Fox is, though, because I'm very bad at putting
you need to
YouTube
tell
name
us.
with Facebook name. What is it?
Yeah. What is it? Running Fox? Sorry.
No, I'm just going to ask her. Running Fox,
I don't know.
are you in the group, please?
Oh, where did Brian go?
Oh, gosh, his computer crashed.
Oh, no. Can the show still go on?
Yeah, we're still here.
Is everybody, wait, can everybody hear us still?
They can still hear us. We're still live.
Do we know where the birthdays are at? Maybe I can do a shout out for birthdays. Let me go look.
Well, like I was saying, Amanda Alsop. There we go. Amanda Alsop, Ingerson. was
Oh.
mentioning the white spots on the back of the ears that were in the group.
Oh yeah. We were talking about that earlier,
Yes.
right, Sandy?
Yes.
And I was
I'm
talking
going.
about
She says, I wonder if Raja has the big white dots now. Well, we're gonna look.
that's what I was just gonna ask you. Can you see? Yeah, that was driving me crazy, those white spots. But they're not on regular cats, like regular house cats, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see here. Let me Google, because I was reading about it. Actually, it was funny that Sandy and I we were talking about different kind of cats, wild cats and stuff. And I came across something, and I was like, I didn't know these white spots are on the back of. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Here we go. Let me read you what it says.
Let's
It
see.
says,
Raja Funko Pop doll.
according to this, it says, as with all spotted white cats, Brian will be back in a minute. He's restarting. I just got a message from him. Servals have distinctive white spots on the back of their ears, which provide them with a way to communicate with their young. When cats are angry or scared, they will often pin their ears to their heads. Is that true, Sandy? Does your cat do that?
Yeah, their ears will be pinned back. Yes.
Interesting. And this says, why do big cats have white spots on their ears? Tigers have white spots surrounded by black fur on the back of their ears. It has been suggested that they act as false eyes to warn of their presence or discourage other species from attacking them from behind. That was excuse me. That was never in my past, these white spots. Oh wait, this one gives a list of which ones have it. Hold on, let me see. Excuse me.
I can't believe how hard it is to find a picture. Aha! He does not.
Oh wow.
According to Funko Pop, I still need to find it in the cartoon, but in the cartoon, Sandy, it doesn't appear that he does either.
Okay, I'm
back. I
back.
got a list of who has it.
I'm back. Sorry,
says,
I had what Unix users refer to as a kernel panic. That's what happened.
Okay, Brian, I'm going to be sending you a couple pictures. A few pictures of Raja because we're talking about the back of the ears of tigers having white spots.
Well, Sandy, I have a list here.
The back of tiger's ears?
Yeah, it says right here, among cats, bobcats share their eye spot ears with lynx, tigers, leopards, snow leopards, pumas, and servals, among many others. That's pretty interesting.
Hey, Brian, I sent you Raja, and I'm also sending you 2 pictures of tigers.
Okay.
So you can show what we're talking about. For those in the chat that don't know what we're talking about.
Oh, what the hell? No.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is not possible.
I don't know who found that. It was someone in Teresa's group. Unless someone did a video on it that I missed.
Are you telling me tigers now have white spots on the back of their...
Yeah, I'll read it up. Yeah.
Yes.
Bring it up, Brian.
All right, we're going to have to fact check. Whoops, we're going to have to...
It's not just tigers, though. It's any cat with spots. So leopards.
Yeah, Google what...
The fishing cat.
Don't we send them the link? Sandy,
yeah,
we send them the link?
Okay, but guys,
so what we're looking at...
that Raja does not have it.
Raja does not have it.
I'm going to send you the link. Hold on. You hear me?
Yep.
Sure. I'll send you the link.
Now I'm also seeing his nose pink. Go figure. In some scenes, his nose is red, and in some scenes, his nose is pink. It could be 2 different films because there was a sequel. Regardless, I've seen both, and I don't remember a pink or red nose. It was black or brown for me.
Yeah, that looks weird.
Yeah.
Did you get it, Brian?
Brian, do you want to show them the actual tiger?
What's there?
Did we lose him again?
Oh, God, I hope not. Brian! Brian, come in, Brian.
I think I hear eating.
No. Is she there?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes. Yes, that is her.
Sandy, you want to read the article I just sent?
No, we lost Brian again.
All right, well, let me look for birthdays. Sorry, guys, we're having technical difficulties. Okay. Sandy?
I wish I was able to present, guys. I'm sorry. We need Brian to
I'm looking for
present.
birthdays. I'm going to see if I can find birthdays.
Okay.
Sorry. Sorry, guys, I apologize.
Hey, Brody.
Here we go.
All right, I'm back.
Like never buys $100 until today.
He's back. He's back.
I have because my ex-husband used to collect points.
Oh gosh.
Oh, we have Brian back. Brian, you want to show the actual tigers I sent you?
Yeah, let me share that. Let me share that. Oh gosh.
What happened, Brian?
I'm trying to bring up the information here.
Jerry Mars says my dad used to get like $300 a painting for tigers. Their noses were black
Oh, wow.
when he painted them. That's what I remember.
No way.
Okay, so what we're looking at
No
here,
way.
this is residue of tiger's ears.
Well, no, Raja's ears did not have the white spot.
Oh, wow, look.
But
See
now
it,
we
Brian?
need to see
See it?
the
That's what it looks
actual
like now.
tiger. Look at the white spots, guys. There's actually two on this one. He's got it at the bottom, like where you would pierce an ear,
Yeah, right here, there's white spots on there.
and then a big white spot on the back, and it's like that on this tiger too.
I've seen tigers like all the time, like in circuses, and I've never seen white on their ears.
No, me either.
Are they on lions too, or just tigers?
I bet Tony the Tiger, he's probably okay. Hopefully.
Actually, see if you can look at the back of them, guys.
See, that's a Mandela effect
Somehow.
for me too. Their ears weren't black in
Well-
my past. They weren't. Besides the white spot, I remember their ears being orange, the same color as their fur.
I
don't
need to
remember
see
the
a
black
picture of
ears.
like the back of their head.
So what's going on with your computer, Brian?
I had a couple of kernel panics.
That's not good.
Oh, somebody else is searching the back of Tiger's ears. Look at that.
Yeah.
No freaking way. You guys see that?
I see it.
That's new.
Someone
When
in Teresa's group found it.
it's
Or,
on
like
all.
I said,
Ah,
or it was covered in a video or a stream that we missed.
what in the world? You guys see that, right? White on the back of the ears, white spots.
Yeah, first they got white under the eyes, and now they got white behind the ears.
There's no way. That one was kind
Brian,
of cool.
did you show the lion one that I did?
Show the line. Yeah, let me look.
Yeah, the lion folder that I covered a couple months ago. We lost Teresa. Keep an eye out for it.
Okay. So that's a huge Mandela effect for me, the tiger ears.
Again, it's tiger, leopard, fishing cat, any cat with spots, which the tiger doesn't have. The tiger has stripes, but any cat with spots and the tiger.
You know what you might have titled it? Was it titled Lions?
Yeah, lions. And it might have been lions and tigers and bears on my or something like that. Let me look. I'll tell you exactly what it was.
Yeah, if you could give me the title, I could search for it.
It's dogs, cats, and lions. It's Scarab 91420. 9/14/20. That's when I covered it in September. That's when I found it, was September.
Is it like 09?
No, it's just Scarab, no space. All one word. Scarab 91420.
I'm not seeing that on this page.
I'll send you a link. I'll send you a link to it.
Oh, wait. Maybe it's on the second page. Hold on. They're all in order, right?
I don't know, but I'm sending you a link to the folder directly. Here you go.
I found it.
Okay, good.
Okay. Thanks, Sandy.
No problem.
And we got Teresa back.
Hello. You guys can talk
Hey,
about
Teresa.
lions and tigers and bears. Oh my.
Yes. Well, we're talking about the Mandela effect I found in September.
I know, I was just joking.
Because
Okay,
it's related, I think.
True or false?
Let's go find out.
Cats and dogs can be allergic to human dander.
That's crazy. Never heard of that. Dander. No way. Only cats.
Cats and dogs can be
No
allergic
dogs.
to humans.
Nah.
This
Nah.
one upset Fizzy because she said, humans don't have dander.
Cats can be allergic to people. People allergies are uncommon since we bathe more often than most species, and we don't shed as much hair and dead skin, which trigger our own allergies to pets.
So,
Okay,
yes, cats and dogs can be allergic to us.
Oh, you're doing this one. Good.
Oh, man. I remember the one on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he got punched in the eye with white chalk all over their hand.
Are you telling me it's different now? Like all lions have changed?
Yeah, all lines are on left
Bring
now.
some up. Yeah, look at it, Brian.
I don't remember cats having a light color, usually white stripe under their eyes.
They do now. Trust me. Show some pictures, Sam. Oh, you got some? Okay, good.
That's what he's
Also, I
showing,
don't remember
Teresa.
the raindrop pattern above the eye.
Crazy.
No, I don't remember the raindrop above the eye either.
No. I've covered the nose color change, but Teresa doesn't remember the nose flaps. So every type of cat is affected from lions to tigers to baby kittens.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What? They all have baby kittens have them?
All of them. To some degree. House cats don't have it under both eyes all the time. Sometimes it can just be under one eye. But they all have them to some degree.
Not
all cats have the stripe, but
under their eyes. Look at them.
All large cats do?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but even the ones that look like they don't have a stripe still have something there.
Yeah.
Like a shadow or something that's lighter.
What stripes are you talking about?
The white right underneath the eye.
Oh, okay, yeah. Wow.
Isn't it crazy?
What? Yo, I gotta tell you, YouTube's getting a little crazy. Jerry Moss says black. And black was held for review by YouTube.
What do you mean
Just the word black.
Are you serious? Let me look.
I'm dead serious. I had to show it.
Where? What was called for review? Where?
The word black.
What do you mean, Sandy?
That's it.
Where?
Jerry Mars said black exclamation point, and it was held for review. I had to unhide it.
Oh, you
Are you
unhid it.
kidding me?
Wow.
Just right
Wow,
now?
YouTube is that nuts now? Are they serious?
Are they watching us? I mean, are they watching us right now?
No, it's just the YouTube algorithm, Teresa.
Oh,
Gosh.
like they're watching us. Like,
Oh my
bye.
God. Look at the okay, so Lion King. Okay,
Even
Mufasa.
stuffed animals, animatronics, cartoon characters, they all have it. They all have the white stripe under the eye now.
I do not remember the white stripe under the eyes.
Like that
Cat
drawing is
suddenly
the line
turned white.
Aslan.
He's about 5 years old. Should I be concerned?
Oh, these
Around
are
my cat,
people talking
turning
about
gray.
these are non-Mandela affected people talking about the fur under the eyes turning white in their cats.
Oh, they're not Mandela affected people. So July
No,
31st.
this is a pet forum. Like, should I
Wow.
be concerned that my cat's the fur? They're speaking about the fur. Like, if you were read the comments, they're talking about it turning white under the eye, and they just noticed it. And this was in July of 2020.
Cat's eyes are also watering a lot, and he's losing hair, eyes, ears. Hair. Wow.
Yeah, they're all thinking that it's turning white under the eyes because of some sort of disease or something.
So
Because they don't know.
there's another one for you. Jumanji.
Come on.
Yeah, even in Jumanji, the line in Jumanji has it.
Oh my God.
Puss in Boots has it from Shrek.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Foxes? Do foxes have it?
Mm-hmm.
White stripe under the eye. Yeah, that's crazy. And so tigers now have white spots on the back of their ears. That's different.
Mm-hmm. No, you're not. You better not change your language because of YouTube. He was
Oh.
talking about how he remembers black under the eyes because of the sunlight. Said they could see better. White's going to reflect.
Mm-hmm.
And YouTube censored him, tried to
Yeah.
censor him for saying the word black. Come on now. So stupid,
What?
I can't.
You got to be kidding me. Crazy.
All right, so let's talk about something else. Along those lines, what should we talk about?
Yeah, Running
Bobby?
Fox, I know, but that's why I had the lions and cats
All right,
and dogs, and I was covering all of it. But
Have we
it's not
talked
all
about-
dog species, but it's all cats. Sorry, what?
What's going on with the human body now?
Yeah, click on it.
Hey, Sandy says here, I came across a couple new body changes this week that scientists claim are from human evolution speeding up. Up to 35% of us have an extra artery in our arm now. Doctors say it could have been added by evolution as a backup for clogged arteries. Wow.
Yeah.
Just like they said, we have a new part to our stomach, right? There's like a new part called the mesentery, or what is it called? I forget what it's called.
Isn't that the largest organ?
No, the largest organ should be the skin, if I remember correctly.
It was, but now it's this whatever it's called, the mesentery or whatever you called it.
Oh, it is. Okay, so the artery could be used as a bypass or a replacement artery in heart surgery, since it is an extra and not essential for heart and circulation function. Wow. So you're saying they just discovered this, or is it new? Like,
it's new. They just discovered it. They're noticing that more and more babies are being born with this extra artery.
the fibula is a sesamoid bone that was once extinct in humans and has been showing up in X-rays again. What?
Yeah.
The fibula?
Yeah, it was extinct. It was extinct, and now it's showing up in X-rays.
What
It's coming
exactly?
back.
Where exactly is the favela located?
Behind your knee.
Oh my goodness.
A bone behind your knee.
Oh my goodness.
And it gets better. Good.
It says here doctors don't know if it's a function.
No, they
And
don't know
and
the function at
okay, they
all.
don't know. They don't know the function. Aren't sure why it's returning. Estimates are approximately 40% of us have this bone, which is actually bad news.
And I'm going to
What
tell
does
you the
that
bad
mean?
news on the next slide.
So many X-rays containing this bone are found when doctors order imaging for chronic knee pain. It even has a name now, the Fabella syndrome.
So it causes pain. That's all they know it to do is cause pain.
That's where it's located. Apparently, okay, this is the back of the leg, as you
Oh.
can see, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the back. So it's located right there toward the, looks like toward the outside of the body. Is that right?
Oh
It
no,
looks,
it's towards it's towards the outside.
yeah, it looks really strange.
And you can see it's
While there
pinching on
seems
the
to be
cartilage.
no benefit for having the bone, there's a drawback.
Oh, this one was out of place for a Mandela Monday. This should have been further up, saying that really they don't know what causes it, and that the only thing they do know is that it causes pain.
All right, that's new. That's definitely new. The artery really blew me away. Any other changes related to that, Sandy?
Nope, nothing else.
All right, so let's look at the stylophone.
Oh, sorry.
You guys love technology, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what is this stylophone?
Teresa,
I
you're
have
up.
no idea.
I'm gonna mute because there's a truck honking the horn outside.
Teresa,
Teresa.
tell us about the stylophone that you found.
I don't know much about it.
Teresa? Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need to mute. Talk about your stylophone.
What is a stylophone, Teresa? Tell us.
Can you guys hear me?
No, I can hear you now.
Okay.
So, what is a stylophone?
All right. A stylophone is a miniature analog stylus that was it's an operated keyboard. It was invented in 1967 by Brian, not you, Brian Jarvis. It entered production in 1968, and it was manufactured by a company called Dubrec. Let me get some more information about it. Sorry. I just found it recently, so I really didn't get to study too much on it. Okay, here we go. It consists of a metal keyboard made of printed circuit board and played by touching it with a stylus. Each note being connected to a voltage controlled oscillator via a different value resistor, thus closing a circuit. The only other controls were a power switch and a vibrato control on the front panel beside the keyboard and a tuning potentiometer on the rear. Some 3 million stylophones were sold, most as children's toys, but were occasionally used by professional musicians such as David Bowie and Rolf Harris. And they did have them in the 1970s. They were available in 3 variants: standard, bass, and tremble. And the standard was being by far the most common one. And there was also a larger version called a 350S with more notes on the keyboard, various voices, a novel wah wah, like wah wah effect that was controlled by moving one hand over a photo sensor and 2 stylus. Again, in the 1970s, a new model appeared which featured pseudo wood on the speaker panel and a volume control. This was shortly before the stylophone ceased production altogether in 1975. So these pretty much only existed to 1975. So a lot of people probably never seen these before. I've never heard of these before, Brian. You want to share some pictures of them?
I'm looking. Yeah, I'm
You can
showing
Google
them
it.
now. So they have
Yeah.
a stylophone beatbox. I guess somebody came up with.
Yeah.
The same guy.
They were, like I said, yeah, they only lasted from 1967 by Brian Jarvis, and then they were pretty much they ceased production in 1975. So they were only out for like
But
8 years.
Here's the thing. This is way back before PDAs were even invented. You know those.
Yeah, isn't this cool?
You remember the first smartphones were like PDAs, and
Yeah.
they were touch screens and all that. Well,
I can tell you where they was, Brian. I can tell you where these were used in. You remember the song John Lennon sang? It was "Old Brown Shoe." John Lennon used one of these albums for rehearsal. The George Harrison song "Old Brown Shoe" in
Teresa, you're breaking up.
1969.
Teresa,
Sorry.
move to a different position. You're breaking up. Yeah.
Are you okay now? Okay. David Bowie is credited for using the stylophone in his 1969 hit Space Oddity, and also his 2002 album Heathen, titled Slip Away, and also Heathen the Rays. So these were used in a few different places. They have been used like in a few other movies as well. There Might Be Giants. They used one back in 2007. I don't know, but they said they weren't being used no more, but yet they're used back in 2007, and then BBC used one on a film, let's see here, with January 8th, 2010, with a Simon Mayo film reviewed. So these have been out a few times, but like I said, in 1975, they were pretty much discontinued as far as producing them. So any that are around now are collector's items. You know what I'm saying? And people, they still.
We would have heard about these somewhere, wouldn't we?
I've never heard of them before.
I mean, you would have seen them. You would have probably seen them in a pawn shop somewhere, or
yeah, never.
Maybe in a antique store.
Sandy, have you heard of these before?
A stylophone.
No, never heard of them. Never saw them before. You think we would have learned about, like, I don't know. I would think I would come across them at some point.
Ask the chat if anybody's heard of them before. I can't see the chat.
Someone says I remember.
Hello? Anybody in the chat remember these? Now remember, they came out in the 70s. Well, actually, they stopped making them in 75.
Running Fox says more BS inserted into history. Nope.
I know.
Hey, Scrappy.
I thought it was interesting. And what about you, Scrappy? Have you heard of these before? I thought they were different.
Guys, I'm sorry. Sandy. There seems to be a tractor trailer parked outside my window next to my head.
Doing what?
He's honking his horn. So I'm going to keep muting on and off as he decides to honk his horn.
Why is he honking his horn?
Scrappy says, I like what Scrappy says. I don't know, but I do know is there is nothing hidden that will not be revealed by God, and time is short.
Oh.
I like that.
Okay.
Dean Johnson says, call unto me, and I will answer thee, and I shew thee great and mighty things, which thou knowest not. Jeremiah 33:3.
No, wait, that was my favorite number.
And Manu never heard of them.
333, Brian, is my number. I wake up a lot at 333. A lot.
All right, so let's talk about typewriters. Yeah, 333.
Oh, yeah. That's my number. Sandy, typewriters, you want to talk about them? Or, okay?
Yeah,
Sandy.
Just stand by in case the idiot outside starts honking again.
Yeah, I started showing Sandy a couple little things and for some strange typewriters, and then we started digging more deeper. And Sandy and Sandy actually found a lot more weird ones, and I found a few, but she found a lot of weird. And you would ask the color thing, or is that coming up?
It's coming up. So Teresa
Yeah,
found some odd typewriters that led me to
weird
ask
ones.
a question.
Uh-huh.
What's the question?
Well, you gotta go to the next slide.
Here we
Brian.
go. Brian, name that tune.
First of all, have you guys ever seen a music typewriter before, or a Greek alphabet typewriter with only like 12 keys? Because we've never seen these before. And last night in the chat, I can't remember who it was, but someone said their grandparents wrote and taught music class or something, and they've never seen a typewriter either. And then
That one blew my mind.
This
No
really
keys.
quickly is the keyless typewriter. Don't go, because this is the question.
Yeah.
While I tell you this, the question is, what color or colors do you remember typewriters being pre-1980s, 1970s, and earlier?
I could have sworn they were like light green or something.
You remember a green typewriter?
You ain't seen,
Or maybe
Well,
gray.
anyway,
you ain't seen nothing yet,
stay
Brian.
here. Stay here, because I'm talking about the thing in the picture above it. So stay here a minute.
Yep.
While they answer what colors they remember in old typewriters, antique and old typewriters. Anyhow, what you're looking at is essentially the first printer, like automatic printer, I should say. A keyless typewriter got information from another machine which told it what to type. That sure as heck sounds like a printer to me. Doesn't that sound like a printer to you?
Yeah.
Well, that's what it was. A machine told it what to type. It typed it.
Yep.
So it had no keys. It was keyless.
Yeah. Look at that.
All right. The chat is saying black, black, gray, black, gray. That's what I remember. You can go to the next slide. I remember mainly black, gray, and beige. I can see blue, but that's it. But they now come in almost every color of the rainbow.
I remember green and red sometimes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I remember green. See?
It's like a dark green.
I don't remember purple though.
No. Or yellow. Yeah.
We're not done yet. There's
Maybe
more.
a blue. Oh wait, you see them.
You remember after typewriters came the word processors? Remember those?
Yes.
Yeah. I used one at work. Not at work, I'm sorry, when I went to school. Work.
What is your job doing?
Yeah.
Look at this, guys. Pink, hot pink, or fuchsia. Actually, that's
Fuse.
Green and red. Red.
Weird. Look at that pretty green one.
I remember them being more of a light green, not like that kind of green.
I always wanted a purple typewriter when I was young.
These are all red.
Look at that. Red. Orange.
Oh,
There's an orange one.
Sears had red ones.
Sears had a lot of cool stuff. I miss them. They went out of business here too. Yeah, I miss them.
Aren't they a Mandela effect like Sears and Roebuck and Company, or
Sears
and Roebuck?
It was Sears and Roebuck for me. Now it's Sears, Roebuck, and Company. But anyhow, there's another thing coming up. But what really upset me was that the old typewriters, the ones that were the most popular back then, the one that all the newspapers used, the Royal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. They only came in black in my past. Maybe gray. Not anymore.
So now they got multicolored of those.
Yeah, and someone in the chat last night was saying, oh, they were repainted. You can see that these are not repainted. Look at that red, how it's fading. That's the original paint, and it's fading off of that. It's chipping away on the top. These were the original colors you could purchase: green, blue, red, aqua. No, the Royals were all black. In my past, at least.
I agree.
All right, what should we talk about now?
Brian, you're the one catching up. Whatever you want.
And mustard too.
I mean, you're looking at last night's stuff. Why don't you scroll down more? You're only looking at last night.
A lot of stuff, guys.
Well, give me something I can work with here.
Why don't you just hit your mouse wheel and just hit it hard and let it scroll, and then pick something wherever it stops.
We talked about last week. I remember we talked about Borat. We talked about Chewbacca.
Yeah, you're talking about stuff that was all covered in the month of October. Why don't you scroll down like 5 months when you weren't around at all? You know?
Well, we may do that. We'll pick a random one. But I don't think we talked about Shirley Temple. So what's up with her?
Okay, we can talk about Shirley Temple.
That seems pretty new.
Shirley Temple, that's a good one.
What color, guys, is Shirley Temple's hair? What do you remember? Do you remember the left, which is blonde? Or do you remember the right, which is she a blonde or brunette? Shirley Temple, left or right? What do you remember?
She was blonde. Blonde.
What?
Okay. Brian remembers blonde. What color do you guys remember?
Brian got
do you
down.
Remember left or right? Teresa, stop leading the chat. Left or right? Brian, stop giving the answers away before they can answer.
Okay. Was she blonde or brunette?
Michael Badger says red, and I got a lot of answers for that when I showed this. Red hair. And I said, I kind of remember a red hint to her hair, but her hair wasn't red for me.
Okay,
no,
I remember
not
brown.
Ginger blonde. She was blonde. I remember her brunette.
Okay, so you don't remember blonde?
I remember brunette, straight up brunette. And she is blonde as blonde could be now. And I know these are colored in photos.
I know, but that's just it. I actually am on the other end of the spectrum. I remember blonde. I could be wrong. I don't. But
and wait, when you're gonna see black and white photos where it's obvious that her hair was blonde, and you're gonna see the films that she was in. Like, I loved this movie, The Little Princess. She did not have blonde hair in that movie, and now she does. Well, if you remember red at all, there's no red in her hair at all. Zero.
Name some of the really big movies she was in. What was she in?
The Good Ship Lollipop. What was that? The Littlest Princess? She was the orphan. I don't remember the names of the titles. I just remember watching the movies when I was a kid.
Wait, didn't they name a drink after her?
Yeah, the Shirley Temple. It was ginger ale or Sprite with grenadine and a cherry in it. People keep saying that she wasn't in Annie. Annie was in the 80s.
Yeah, I was thinking Annie as well, but the girl sort of looked like her.
Yeah, Annie was from the 1980s. Shirley Temple was the 30s and the 40s.
Right.
And she was in a movie where she was an orphan, though.
And what movie was that?
I just told you I can't remember the names. I have to look them up. I just watched them all as a kid. Like, we had the VHS tapes.
(1982) film.
The Little Princess, Bright Eyes, was when she was her father was a pilot. The Little Colonel, Curly Top, Heidi. Are you guys thinking of Heidi instead of Annie? Poor Little Rich Girl. That was when Stowaway. She played an orphan a lot. Little Miss Broadway, just around the corner. Our Little Girl, Savannah and the Mounties.
I don't
So
know.
many movies.
I'm kind of thinking maybe it was more of a dirty blonde.
No, it's blonde. Like here's why can't I add this photo to my
Okay, that's her later?
That's her later, yeah, growing up. But when she was in the movies, here you go. Here's another picture. This is from the movie Little Girl in Africa, which I'm sure is not politically correct now. But you can see how blonde her hair was. She was a brunette when she got older.
Okay. You just sent me something?
But the movies that I watched as a kid, she had blonde hair now. Yet there's still pictures. We lost Teresa. Yet there's still pictures of her at the same age as the movies where I'm finding it with her brunette hair. So if you keep looking at the slides, you'll see. All the dolls, except for one that I found, have blonde hair. There only one had brunette.
I got an idea. Ask Siri. Everybody ask Siri what color was Shirley Temple's hair. Let me do it right
That's going to pull
now.
up a Google search.
Oh,
That's going to pull up a Google search.
I don't have
number
a
one.
Siri.
Number
What
two,
color
if I did that,
was
it would kick
Shirley
me out of
Temple's
stream.
hair?
I found this on the web.
See, it's going to pull up the web.
Okay, her natural hair. When Shirley Temple was tiny, her hair was blonde, as her mother's has been as a young
Oh,
girl.
I don't
Shirley's
remember
hair,
blonde at all.
oh my God.
her hair tended to be lightened by her mother with a gentle peroxide hair dye.
Oh,
Wow.
Ryan, I have pictures I need you to show the chat for those who remember her hair red. You ready? I'm sending you 3 pictures. Now, they're colorized, but apparently the person who colorized them remembered her hair red. Look.
Oh, wow.
So for those that remember red, like Michael Badger, here you go. Yeah, the blonde does look weird to me, Boynich. 100%.
Oh, hi, Vonage.
I believe you, Running Fox. That's what happened to me. That's when I found, I'm like, no way. Again, for me, there was never any doubt that her hair was dark. It was brown for me. It could have been like it could have been a reddish brown. I can concede to that, but it was never blonde at all. But there are some pictures of strawberry blonde and red hair of people colorizing her, remembering her hair red.
Wow, there's always a man excuse for everything with all these Mandela effects.
Man, excuse.
A man
Sandy,
excuse.
you're going to have to copyright that name. You know that, right?
I know.
Okay,
Yeah,
we'll do.
I don't have the money for that.
What's wrong with Nixon?
With what?
Nixon?
That's an old one. It's a rewind.
Oh,
So what happened with him?
Oh, don't show that one, actually. There's a bad thing in the residue. You can't show that
All right,
one.
never mind. Let's go through a few
Wait,
logos.
you can skip it.
Wait, we'll tell you so that you're not like, in case you didn't see the show last night. The rewind is about his name, Richard Milhouse Nixon. Just in the chat, guys, how do you remember him spelling his middle name, Milhouse? We can ask them without showing the residue.
How do you spell Nixon's middle name?
Milhouse, yes.
Yeah, what do you remember?
Now stay on this because I have to explain what's going on here. So stay here. But Milhouse Nixon, how do you spell Milhouse? Hey, Moon Freedom. there's nothing to zoom in on here. It's just, do you guys remember Mick Kids clothing at Sears in the 80s and 90s? I've never heard of it. I never knew McDonald's had clothing. It's just weird to me, so I thought I'd ask the chat.
Yeah, I
if
don't
they
remember
What about?
I don't remember it at all.
No.
I don't know why kids would want to wear it.
At Sears.
Oh, by the way, Millhouse is now spelled Milhous, and a lot of people remember it with 2 L's and or with an E.
I remember Milhoust, and now it's Milhous. So for me, the E is missing.
And as you can see here, the H looks weird. I don't remember the H like that.
So does the G. The G looks weird too. The G looks like a coiled up snake.
Yeah, and that's the older box. I have this box in my kitchen, and it's just a regular H now. So the older box look like this, and I've never seen it like that.
What's happening?
Look at zoom in on the A's. Zoom in on the A's. Teresa found this. They have triangles now instead of a line.
Yeah, remember this show, guys? This was a 70s or 80s show. Look at the A's.
Yeah, the A's have the triangles. I can't zoom in far enough, but you guys could look that one up.
And the E does now too. If you look at the E is in the center.
Oh, the E has it.
Yep.
Yep.
The E has it in the center.
The triangle.
That's crazy.
So this is Punky Brewster, and Cherry is wearing a Tony the Tiger costume. Tony is not on the name. Tony is not on the bandana, like maybe it's Mandela saw. The nose is black, and the hands are orange, not white.
It's good residue because what is the nose now? It's like what color?
Blue.
Blue. Yeah, the nose is blue on Tony the Tiger now.
And just a regular old poodle skirt, nothing weird going on there. So that's kind of residue.
Poodle skirt.
Like my picture.
So I believe this was sent by Matthew Reed, residue of Volkswagen.
Yeah.
Being
now explain. We have a few new folks in the chat, so would you please explain about the Volkswagen change?
Sure. Volkswagen's logo on their cars and truck. They don't have trucks, do they? Just cars. They're cars and vans. Has never looked like this. It's always had a slit in the middle, differentiating the V from the W.
Yeah, I never knew it was a V and a W until recently, when that change happened.
Same. Teresa found this residue of the old Earth on some sort of library.
Yeah.
The New Wonder World Cultural Library. Good find, Teresa.
Thank you. It was accidental.
Because South America used to be below. Like I know.
Actually, it looks like it moved. Teresa, that moved over more.
Did
it?
When?
What?
I don't. Guys, I swear, South America was like off to the side against the roundness of the Earth, and now it's off to the side.
Wait, my residue moved?
It moved, but there's but the Mediterranean still looks good. It's still open.
That's crazy. My residue is trying to update to the current timeline.
They're always trying to steal me Lucky Charms.
Oh, here's residue of Lucky having a green shirt, like I remember, not blue.
Yep, I'm with you on that.
Now he wears a green jacket with a blue shirt. I don't remember the shirt being blue.
Green jacket and blue shirt.
All green. Yep. That's what I remember. So, where'd you go?
So
I was looking at Lucky now.
Yeah, I was looking at Lucky. Look at Lucky, you guys. He has a blue shirt now underneath.
No. Show a box of cereal.
And if you look at the old box of cereal, he has it as well.
Yeah.
The old one didn't. Oh, wow. Yeah, it does, yeah.
Even the costumes, like all the I'm sure like most of the costumes are changed as well. Like that really stands out. Why would you have green and then a blue shirt underneath? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
See, she found that piece of residue. I'm
That's
sure
good
there's more
residue.
residue. Yeah. Good residue, Sandy.
Thank you.
I'm
It's a
sure there's
Funko
more
Pop
though,
phone.
right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, there
Wow.
is more. When I found this, I had residue of it.
Wow.
That
Good
was a
find.
while ago.
All right, my secret identity. So the
The
logo.
logo. Look at that logo. The
The T
whole
and the
logo's a
Y.
mess.
The T and the Y, the N and the T, and the R and the E.
And the E and the T.
The E
And
and the
then the
T.
N is filled in at the top. The T and
Yep.
the N are merged in identity. The T and the Y. The T and the Y are cut off. It's a mess. This is
Cool.
residue of Bugs Bunny with white ears, not pink in the center.
Nice.
Wow.
Monsanto.
This one is a sketch, but it's still older with residue.
Okay, yeah, there's South America.
Directly
North
beneath
America.
it. But it's a logo, so.
Oh, what happened with the clapper?
It's just, this one is just, well, first of all, there's two things going on. The logo for the clapper looks wrong to me. I don't remember the P's looking like upside down sixes. Just, it looks wrong. But if you look in the bottom left-hand corner, it's the logos down there that are a problem for me. The T with the W, that looks so weird, but the JEI, I don't remember that. I don't even remember that being on there, but the logos are just weird. But the logo, I don't remember the font being like that on the clapper.
I don't remember being able to clap and then the TV turns on. I just remember the light being able to turn on with the clapper.
You remember the commercial guy? The commercial with
Clap
the
on,
clapper?
clap off, clap on, clap off. The clapper.
Oh my God.
Hopefully that doesn't change, guys. Oh yeah, I found this.
We're gonna
I
have
found
to-
this residue.
Okay, I'm gonna have to play that commercial now that you mentioned that.
Oh
Okay.
lordy, don't get a copyright.
Oh no, it's a very old thing. Hopefully, I won't.
All right,
Fingers crossed.
fingers crossed, guys.
Hey, look! We're live.
Where?
All right, 1984, the clapper.
What?
They turn the TV on.
This sound,
Oh, clap it on and clap it off. They just said it. Running Fox said that. It never said that, and I agree.
what happened? It changed?
Yeah.
The clapper is now available at Thrifty Drug.
Wow.
Play that again slower. Wait, did it just change?
No, in the commercial, the guy says, clap it on, clap it off. She doesn't
Where?
remember
I don't remember that.
them saying it.
Let you turn things on or off. In the room. Just plug in.
No.
Clap it on, clap it off. Nice find, Running Fox. No, it was just
No,
clap,
that's wrong.
clap on, clap off, he said, every time. Not clap it on.
What do you guys remember?
I remember clap on, clap off.
Wow, that
What
is
is it
huge,
now?
guys. Clap
The
it on.
slogan, the song is still clap on, clap off. But the guy in the commercial says clap it on, clap it off.
No, no.
Something's in the air, but it ain't love.
Oh, it's just the residue of the white tail. One line.
Wow.
Yeah, I
So
found that one.
now apparently there's two lines.
Yeah.
Yep.
All skunks have always had two lines of white with a black line in the middle.
Okay, what are we looking at here? Another logo?
Yeah, actually, if you go to the next picture, it's closer up. You don't have to zoom so much. So this is VP Racing products, and the VP is now one letter.
Wow.
Oh wow, man.
That's weird.
And it's not in Logopedia, so I couldn't verify. But when I went back, like I'll do a Google search for like VP Racing Oil 1999. Like I'll go back, and it always looked like that I found. All right, now this is weird, Brian. Go back one more. Go back to the slide, then we'll go to this. I designed this cover. This is my artwork. I did not design it with a merged letter.
Whoa.
The R and the A in terror at the top is merged. I designed this for my friend who I
Yeah.
worked with. He published a book. Like he self-published a book.
Oh, the R and the A is merged.
Yeah. And now the R and the
Yep.
A is merged in terror. I did not design a book with merged letters. And at the bottom, there was not such a large gap between DEA and VOR. It looks like the A is going to merge with the E next because it's literally moving over closer. So
That's
I'd keep an
weird.
eye on that.
Keep an eye on that
So
one.
something I physically made has changed.
All right, so we're going to pick a random one, and then we're going to go to the call lines. Okay?
Sounds good.
Oh, we got
Oh, my.
Collins. Yay. Yeah, you're going to give the phone number out, Brian?
Yeah. You want to give it out?
I don't know it.
All right. Let me,
I can make up some numbers if you like. No,
Why don't you
need
say
to
it and I'll type it? Say it and I'll type it.
Yeah. What is it?
oh wait, what is this vintage game? Let's talk
that's
about the
Teresa's.
vintage
That's an
game.
old one.
Oh,
can do
that's
that
the
one.
cooties.
Okay, what
That's
was it
all.
called?
You did that one before, Brian. You did that
I
one,
did?
Sandy.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did
I
it the
rem-
first week you were back.
Yeah.
I don't remember covering that one.
That's okay. You're just getting old, Brian.
It's
Like
true.
me.
I'm
My
turning.
birthday's
40.
next month.
I'm turning 40 in 2 months.
Don't feel bad. I forgot how old I am. Oh, I don't want to talk about it.
Why don't you like go to page 4? Like just jump.
Wait, Zest.
Still
What's going on
Collins,
with
Brian.
Zest?
Okay, you can go to Zest.
Oh, Zest. Yeah.
Is it the logo
I did that
or what?
No, it's the
That's-
slogan.
Yeah,
mine.
Guys, you're not fully clean blank, you're zestfully clean.
unless
What is the blank in the chat?
Fill it in.
you're not fully clean unless you're zestfully clean.
And
All right,
Teresa,
so
what do you remember it
Okay.
as?
Oh my God, the
remember.
S and the T are merged.
Yeah, we've covered that.
Until?
And the E
Until?
yeah, Teresa, you remember until. The E is also merged in some
Until.
of the packaging.
Yeah, that too. I noticed that. But yeah, I remember you're not full until you're
Some people remember you're not fully clean till you're zestfully clean. Till. Not until.
What is it? What's it show?
Just till. So far, 3 answers for unless.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Brian
It is currently unless. I'm not surprised.
You're not fully clean unless you're zestfully clean.
That's the current reality, Brian.
I remember until.
Teresa remembers until.
Well, I mean, we could fact check that on Twitter. You're not fully clean until you're zestfully clean.
Yeah, look at that.
I think we should do a poll in the chat, guys. We need to do a poll in this one. Please vote for if you remember till or until or unless.
Yep.
What do you remember?
What do you think?
Please post in the chat.
What do you remember?
Right now, it's 100% unless.
Oh, wow. Jerry Marta says unless.
Okay,
Dean, what do you remember?
Somebody wants me to quickly do it on the commercial.
Oh, okay. Do the commercial, Brian. Let them hear it. I hope it changed back. There is residue though for staying until.
I love old
parodies.
commercials, don't you guys?
Yeah, I miss them.
They don't make commercials like they used to.
Nah, they're crappy.
Jingles are like a thing in the past.
Here we go.
Zestfully clean. You're not fully clean unless you're zestfully clean.
It says you're not fully clean unless you're zestfully clean.
Yeah, that's current reality, right?
Can you find any parodies?
Yep.
We have one till, maybe two.
Yay! One until. Wow. That's loud.
Does that sound wrong to you guys, or does it sound like normal?
Terrible.
That
I couldn't understand a word it
was
said.
the 1990 version.
Well, here, why don't you go to the residue that I have in that folder?
I'm curious. We're going to go
Yeah.
to Twitter on this one. Okay.
Show the residue, Brian.
All right.
All right. Then show that res.
You're not fully clean. You're not fully clean. Okay.
Try till, not until. Try till. Oh, you're just doing the whole thing.
You're
It's
not.
gonna.
Okay. Wow. This person says I keep ish on my mind. Need to keep it cleared ASAP. You're not fully clean till you're zestfully clean.
Right at the top.
Wow. There's
Yep.
another one.
There's a lot of them. Seriously.
You're not fully clean till you're
I'm not alone.
zestfully clean. Wow.
Yeah, till.
I'm
That's
not
what
alone
sounds
on this
right
one,
to
guys.
me.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. Told you.
It
Yep.
might be.
A lot.
It might be until. Look at this. Someone is singing along. December 1st, 2011. Zestfully clean. You're not fully clean till you're zestfully clean.
Yep. I come from the Intel world. Reality.
Running Fox, I believe you, but the way this Mandela effect works is just because it was unless for you doesn't mean it was unless for all of us.
I know, but that's so weird being on the other end of the spectrum. You know what I mean? Like being
having the current memory. Yeah.
Yeah, having the current memory. But then again,
look at this. What's that say?
it did. To be honest with you, it did take me a minute to. I remember explaining this on one of my other shows that it took me a while to come around to Rubik's because I had it both ways at first, and I remember Rubik's with an X. RUBIX.
Yeah, I do too.
I have a dual on it. Like seriously.
Hey, I want one of those little toilet cleaner thingies.
Me too.
Yeah, it is weirdness. I agree. No, there was no brand change. It's always been unless.
You're not fully clean until you're zestfully clean. I have the jingle stuck in my head. I mean, maybe I don't know. I kind of remember both now, until and unless.
He's getting a dual. That happens to me all the time, Brian. Right, Sandy?
Yep.
Sandy will convert me all the time from the way that I remember, and then I get like a dual, and it drives me crazy. My brain's like.
When I told her a song change today, she told me to go F myself because I was making her change her mind.
I did. I told him to go after himself.
I like this one. Don't let evil conquer you, but overcome evil by doing good. Romans 12:21.
That's funny.
You're not fully clean until you're zestfully clean.
Yeah. Plenty of residue, guys.
This is a list. Oh, well, the previous one was a list of slogans. And in that list of slogans, they have until.
That is so crazy, man.
Uh-huh.
So crazy. And there's tons and tons of residue for it.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't remember until. I remember till.
You know?
You're
Yeah, the
not fully
water is
clean
still.
until you're zestfully clean.
Wow. This one's really got me, you guys. What do you think? Is this a Mandela effect? Let's go to the chat.
I mean, most people remember unless. Oh, Crunchy B comes in with a till. Running Fox
Hey,
says it's
Crunchy Bee.
maddening.
I learned. Was it?
Yeah.
I just always assumed it was Rubik's. Running
So,
Fox is
just
this
out of
maddening.
curiosity, does anyone know the Kodak jingle? Like, does anyone know it off the top of your head?
No.
I'm just curious because I covered it, but no one knew it. It's one of the folders. Here, I'll send it to you because it's just like this slogan. I'm going to send it to you, Brian. That way you don't have to search
Candy, I'm going to post my number in the chat.
Okay. And I'm going to send you the link to the Kodak folder. So that way all you got to do is click it. It'll take you right to it.
Okay, I see it.
Does everybody see that? I posted the number in the chat.
Yeah. No.
So we're looking for a couple of callers. Just we kind of want to keep it to about, I hate to put a time limit on such things, but about probably, up to 10 minutes apiece. But I think we could have time for about 2 calls. What?
10 minutes. That's like pulling my teeth telling me I have 10 minutes to talk. That's torture.
The only thing is, Brian, Teresa and I can't hear the callers, so you're going to have to translate what they're saying because we can't hear them very well.
You can't. Well, sometimes it goes through just fine.
You sure? Let's try it out.
Yeah, let's try it. Come on, guys. Somebody call in.
Anybody call in.
While we're waiting for someone to call in, go to the folder I sent you. Since we're talking about jingles.
Do you have the number?
Well, pretty soon we'll be talking about Jingle Bells.
Let me see if
Oh,
I can see
no.
the number.
Don't even rush that.
No, don't even go to Christmas yet.
Oh, the Kodak jingle.
Yeah. This totally changed for me.
Where'd you put the phone number at? Oh, here it is.
That Kodak jingle slogan from the 90s. Share blank.
I'm going to
repeat.
I knew this jingle played constantly. These commercials played all the time. Oh my God. And it would get stuck in my head.
Really?
Yeah. And that's
Hang on.
close. Crunchy B says the moment share the
We
love.
have a caller.
We got a call. Yay.
Whoa. Thank you for calling. Welcome to the show.
This is Running Fox. It's Amanda.
Hey, Running Fox.
Hey,
how are you?
hi, Amanda.
It's the female. Yay.
Guys, let's give her a warm welcome.
Welcome.
Anyway, welcome to the show.
Hey, Sandy. Hey, Teresa.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi. Nice to meet you. Thanks for calling in.
So I'm blown away again because when we were talking about Shirley Temple, I marched my happy butt out to my living room and grabbed my VHS copy of Heidi. And I just saw all my VHS movies like 2 weeks ago. I went through and dusted off all my knickknacks and my shelves and, you know, did the whole thing where you text your friends and say, does anybody want these old movies, right? And I looked right at it because I was wondering if I had ever watched it all the way through. And I didn't remember ever watching it. I just knew I had it. And her hair was all brown. All brown.
Oh.
It's a colored photo. It's not black and white. It's a colored photo. Her hair was all dark brown. So tonight I fully expected to find it dark brown because that was literally 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Nope, it's blonde. It is not even dishwater blonde. It's light blonde. There's a little bit of shading because of shadows. So towards the bottom, the curls are a little bit darker looking just from shadow. But she is a little blonde-haired girl now. On my picture that was dark-haired 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
It blows me away every time these things happen, and I have had several big ones like that happen to me, like right before my eyes. It's like when my eyes first sat on it, it looked pretty brown, and so I concentrated, and it just from the bottom up went blonder, blonder, blonder.
Oh, I hate that happens.
That's
when you see
crazy.
things
I
in
hate
real
that.
time. It happens to me all the time. Wow. We'd like to see a picture. Hey guys, is there any way she can take a picture of it and send it to one of us? Maybe you can show it.
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble hearing Lisa. I don't.
Yeah, it's hard to hear us. I know.
Can you guys hear? Can you hear her?
Yeah, I can hear her.
Yeah, I can.
I hear her voice, but I wasn't making out what was being said.
Oh, I was saying, Brian, I was asking her maybe she wants to send a picture to you or something. Take a picture of the video of the tape she's talking about. The change.
Is it possible? Teresa's wondering: is it possible, Running Fox, you could take a picture and somehow send it to
Brian?
I can do it right after you hang up. If you want me to just text it right to the same number I dialed.
Yeah, you can. You can text it to that number.
I don't know how to do that while I'm on the phone with you, but I could do it when I hang up.
Oh.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, sure. That'll be great.
Oh, thank you.
That's freaky. I have had Bible ones, and what drives me crazy about, I guess it's not really deniers, but just ones who they are misunderstanding what we're talking about, you know, like, especially with the Bible, because a lot of Bible things people just know by heart because in society they've been propagated, you know, like an eye for an eye or whatever, just various little snippets, quotes, you know, whatever. And many, many people have never even owned, much less read a Bible, but they know certain ones by heart. Judge not lest you be judged. Things like that. They repeat them just because they've heard it all their life. So they will argue sometimes. There's people, not here in this chat, but just on other, like over at Daly's channel. And I've seen people just argue incessantly that we're just wrong. I'm like, no, listen to me. I sat there and did the entire bloodline of Noah. I did a big, like you take a big piece of paper and you break it down and all of that, like genealogy. Because, I don't know, this was before COVID, so probably about a year ago, I discovered, for some reason, I was reading in my Bible and I came across Noah had 4 sons. I'm like, what? 4 sons?
What?
I mean, I only remembered Ham, Shem, and Japheth. He had 3 sons, the 3 wives of the sons, him and his wife, and all the animals went on the ark. This was all my life.
That's what I remember.
And I've read about him, that very chapter, those very verses, which I don't know the numbers off the top of my head right now. But I knew it so well out of my own main Bible. I have about 7 different Bibles around here. But there's always your one favorite that you always go to first. So I went right straight to it going like, wait a second, let me check my Bible. Because I think I was in my daughter's Catholic Bible when I saw that. I was like, well, maybe they did it different. It's a student Catholic Bible. It's got extra stuff in it. But a whole extra person? Come on now. Oh yeah. Now there's 4 sons, and I don't remember the name now, but it was like it was a familiar sounding name, but I didn't remember this person having been Noah's son. So I laid out the whole genealogy of Noah in the past. And so I went looking all through my house, through closets, through papers, through boxes, whatever. Found the piece of paper, because I kept it and folded it up. And I unfolded it, and there in my own handwriting was the bloodline of Noah, including that 4th son.
Wow.
And we don't hear their wives' names. The sons' wives are not named in the Bible. They never have been for me. So I couldn't put the wives' names. But as far as the sons, and I was like, oh, I can prove this because I know there was only 3, I did the whole family line. Oh, I pulled it out there in my own blue ink on my pink paper was 4 sons. And the 4th one with this odd name, well, I don't remember what it was right now, but I only remembered Ham and Shem and Japheth.
Was it Canaan?
Yes, there you go. See how familiar that sounds because of the Canaanite people.
Yeah.
Right? So it sounds like a familiar thing to us because Canaanites are a big, big people in the Bible. So I was like, what the holy heck happened here? Those drive me nuts. And then when I try to talk to anyone who's either they're not necessarily a denier, they might know that they're in St. Mary's one or with something out of Forrest Gump, but they don't know these really soul rattling weird ones that happen to people because they haven't had one happen, or if they have, they haven't recognized that that's what we call a personal Mandela effect. It's really life rattling to me. Those are.
That is crazy.
So I just thought I'd go in and tell my little Noah story.
Yeah, it says here Noah had 4 sons: Shem, Ham, Japheth, and Canaan.
Isn't that odd to you? I mean, anybody who's kind of familiar with the Bible or super familiar, I try to talk to those people about that one because I'm like, is it just me or am I crazy? Da da da. And most people go, I didn't know he had any sons at all, or couldn't tell you. But if you finally find somebody that says, yeah, I know their main stories. They know the Jonah and the Noah and the big ones. And then I'd be like, well, how many sons did he have? People always say 3. They never say 4. Even if they don't know the names, they just only say 3. They say there was Noah and his wife and 3 sons and their wives. Those were the only humans that got on the ark. And I always say, yeah, I mean, that's what I thought until this one day that I stumble across it in one Bible and go racing through my house and all, dig out the bloodline, dig out all the other Bibles. Every single one had that 4th son. It's crazy to me.
And in the Bible, like you notice, like there's the Trinity, 3s. There's a lot of 3s in the Bible. You don't usually hear 4. So even if you weren't familiar, I would say, like you said, I would say 3 as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's especially, the main stories that we teach to children in Sunday school or vacation Bible school. Little kids hear the Noah story. They hear the Jonah. They hear Jacob with his coat of many colors, the main easy stories to tell children. Most of us adults remember at least the main highlights of those. Even if we're not churchy, even if we don't read our Bible, then, oh my gosh, it made me set aside Bible reading for a while. I still pray because I cannot stop praying. I'm never going to stop praying. Nothing will make me, break up with Jesus or break my Christian connection, but it rattled me to the point where I didn't trust my Bible. So I had sort of a crisis there for a while where I was real unsettled and unhappy, and eventually I just, I watched a lot of videos with people that were discussing those, sort of the Bible changes and what they mean, and, ones that people who have actually been either a lay minister or some sort of a leader in their church, and they're willing to talk about these. Those people are few and far between. There's a handful of them on YouTube. So I would go to their videos and stuff, and I finally kind of, let that take me by the hand and lead me back into, well, if God's allowing this to happen, it's just like when anything very, very strange happens. everything that happens, God or the universe or whatever's in control, is allowing this to happen. So there has to be some kind of plan. There has to be a reason. So we don't need to be afraid of it. And that's what, I was like, well, okay, then I shouldn't let it make me break up with my Bible.
Absolutely. I don't think people should stop reading their Bibles because the verses have changed.
Right.
And we're supposed to have it memorized in our heart, not just on what's on the pages. Supposed to have it memorized in your heart.
Both Scrappy Dappy Doo and Esther Anders. Scrappy says there were 8, including Noah, so 4 sons wouldn't work. And Esther says there were 8 people on the ark: Noah, his wife, 3 sons, and their wives. I do not remember 4 sons at all.
Right, it makes 10 people because 4 sons, 4 wives, and then Noah and his wife. So it makes a total of 10, and many, many, many of us remember 8. Either we remember 8 people or we remember 3 sons. Either way, the count was the same. And then all of a sudden when you hear about a 4th one, and then you go, search it out, and it's the word Canaan. And it's like, what? Did he become and eventually beget the entire city or province or whatever of Canaanite people? Yeah, he did. That's the origin of the Canaanite people.
Yeah, and
it's not just, the name matches what sounds familiar. No, I searched it out and started reading, and yeah, that's the first Canaanite person. Or the people who, his family line and beget down into like a province of people or a city of people called the Canaanites. I'm like, what? Holy moly, how did anybody not know that? Because we always talk about Noah and his ark. God talked to Noah, da-da-da-da-da. We know, some of us know that you go up the bloodline, and Noah was a descendant of Enoch, grandson, I believe, or great-grandson, something like that. So he's in that line, but then it's like, wait a second, what? Anybody that's even been churchy for a decade out of their life would have probably put it together that one of Noah's sons was the famous beginning of the Canaanite people. But nobody knows this because it's new. I mean, it's new to me, and it seems to be new to everybody that I ask. So, I don't know. I haven't come across a single person that's ever said, yes, I remember there being 4.
I feel like most of my Christian life has been centered around New Testament and not so much the Old Testament. But I mean, you think, I've heard of the Canaanites mentioned in the New Testament because there's a lot of Old Testament reference in the New Testament. So that's what I'm saying. I'm with you. I don't recall the Canaanites being connected with Canaan, who is the 4th son of Noah.
Right.
I don't recall that at all.
I mean, nobody ever put that together in their minds because, you know what I mean? It's like the Philistines. Who started that? Well, was there a Philist? I don't know. If we suddenly find out he was the son of Moses or somebody in David's bloodline, or you know what I mean? It's just odd to us, and I don't know. It's unsettling. I had one just last night, and it was so crazy. It rocked me because I've always been a country music fan. So in my first marriage, which was 25, 26 years ago, my first husband collected tons of CDs. He was in all those clubs, BMG, Columbia House, whatever, and we'd get 10 CDs for $1, and then
I remember those.
Pay for 4, right? So we had hundreds of CDs, and we had a bunch of Dwight Yoakam ones, and I was a big Dwight Yoakam fan in high school. Even I just love the guy. I know how to spell his name. Of course I do. I had at least a dozen of CDs. And I read about him in magazines and internet in the recent years. All of a sudden last night I was looking up something about him. Some artist that he worked with once. I didn't know they worked together, so I looked him up. And all of a sudden Dwight Yoakam has an extra A in his last name. It's Yoakam. It was always just Yokam. For me. Yeah. So I went and looked at, CD boxes here in the house. I still have, and sure enough it's changed. Sure enough it's changed everywhere I look. And then the first video that popped up for me, I just put Dwight Yoakam. I just wanted to see him talking on some talk show and see, what it read across the screen. Like if you're on David Letterman, it usually says country singer Dwight Yoakam, across the bottom of the screen or something, or on the Today Show, right? So I put Dwight Yoakam interview. It corrected my spelling for me, but it gave me a Craig Ferguson one, the Craig Ferguson late night show or whatever. So I watched it, and he was talking about how a woman, and he gave the name, it was Caroline or Catherine, something or other, this lady who had helped him on 3 of his videos, 1,000 Miles from Nowhere, and I don't know, 2 more, but they all 3 won awards, and they had all 3 been directed by the same woman, and he gave her name, and he talked about how she and her mother were on the first airplane that hit the World Trade Center. I was like, okay, so his name changed, and he now has a connection to the September 11 event that I never knew. I'm a huge fan, and I've looked at lots of interviews of his over the years, and I've never heard that. So that was kind of odd to me. I mean, I suppose it could be a fact that I've just never come across. I could never say I watched every interview the man ever gave. So, it was just crazy to me to find such a bit. So then I tried to research her. I went back and heard the name, heard him say it again. I typed it in. I don't remember it now. Caroline something, Catherine something. I found it in one article that said, some sources say she produced these 3 award-winning videos or directed them. And that's all it said about her. And I couldn't find a birth on her or a death on her or anything about her. And I was putting country music video director, country music producer, and all these different search keywords for her name. And if she existed, she's almost been scrubbed, as far as what I could find last night. So I also know that I have had instances where I would get on a rabbit trail like that. I'd find something that seemed, oh my gosh, to me. I would look at it. I would hit a dead end very quickly. And I'd mention it to the next person, be it my sister-in-law, my husband, somebody. They Google it on their device, and they can find information. So it does vary by person. It varies by your search history. It varies by what the AI thinks you're looking for, which is very odd to me, but I've noticed that for a couple of years now, that on anything that's kind of rabbit trail-ish, controversy-ish, strange-ish, woo-woo, anything, conspiracy theory, whatever you call it, anything odd, sometimes if you hit a brick wall, use a different device, log in under your husband, whatever, have them look it up, see what they get. Then I never knew that happens, but use the same exact keywords in a Google search, and then have my daughter use the same exact keywords in a Google search, and she's 100 miles away in another town on her own device under her own login. She gets totally different search results than I do.
I agree with that 100%. Using different browsers, different like using DuckDuckGo instead of Google or Bing. Sometimes that can do it, but yeah.
Those alternate ones because sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I think there's a short lag. I've never used the alternate search engines just because. I don't know. I guess I believed someone about a year ago when I realized there were alternate search engines, and the person said, "Oh, they all are owned by the same ABC group anyway, so you're not really getting away with anything." And I was thinking, it's not like I'm looking up how to kill someone. I'm looking up, general information.
DuckDuckGo though is special.
It's just to see if you get different results, right?
No, DuckDuckGo. The search engine was created by guys who are tired of Google prying into your privacy. So DuckDuckGo is its own separate search engine. It's wholly separate. So you'll get completely different results.
Yeah. Maybe whoever said that just, they believe like conspiratorially that, I don't know, just the old adage that a gas station on one corner.
Hey, welcome forward.
I use DuckDuckGo. Sandy.
We asked Teresa.
I use DuckDuckGo all the time. I downloaded it a couple of weeks ago, and you should see the residue I can find in DuckDuckGo. A lot of good stuff, believe it or not. stuff I can't find in Google, DuckDuckGo has got a lot of like
Obviously,
better things.
is what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, just so you guys know, I'll show you the actual site DuckDuckGo. Here's
It's
what it looks
awesome,
like.
guys.
If you don't like being tracked by Google,
I love it.
And
Yeah.
DuckDuckGo is now
If anybody else,
on iOS. You can choose DuckDuckGo as the default search engine on iOS now.
yeah, it's a great search engine, guys. Trust me. I've been using it for a while. I'm
Not
happy with it.
sponsored.
not
Yep.
sponsored.
Yeah.
It's good. Just basically type in what you see.
Let's see what comes up with Mandela effect. What is the Mandela effect?
A phenomenon of people misremembering. The official definition.
Oh, look at that. How false memories occur.
No,
Yeah.
there you go. It's always that we're wrong. It's always that we're wrong.
Yep.
Or we're dysfunctional in some way. That drives me nuts because I don't think we are wrong. There's not 5 of us. There's probably 5 million of us.
Hey, I was
actively
curious to
talking
know.
about it.
I was curious to know because somebody brought up in the chat earlier about Jackson 5 is now Jackson 6. What did you think
Yeah.
about that?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
I only have seen that mentioned one time, and whomever said it posted a photo, and I don't remember now if I even read the caption, but there were 6 boys in the photo, 6 names, and I didn't go on to click on it or read the article or whatever might have been attached, so I don't know anything about that, if that was, sincerely that there were 6 children in the family now, or I guess I never knew enough about the Jackson's history to know whether there were children in the family that weren't in the band or performance group, whatever you want to call them. I guess I don't know, but certainly, of course, I remember the term Jackson 5, and I could probably say their names. Marlon, Tito, Randy, maybe, Michael, and Jermaine, or did I say Jermaine? I don't know.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I could name their names.
You did a good job. You got it.
Now, I'm assuming maybe there's just a 6th brother that's in there now.
Randy. Yeah.
I remember Randy being one of the 5. Because I said Randy just now. So that came from my little 3rd grade memory, obviously. I mean, I haven't looked at anything Jackson really since Michael passed. So I haven't studied them at length or anything. I was a big fan of Michael when I was little. He hit the big time with his Thriller album would have been right when I was about 9. It came out that Christmas
Yeah.
when I was 9 years old. So, and then I remember our generation is like, our parents all remember where they were when they heard about JFK. If they weren't sitting there in front of the TV watching it happen, they at least remember where they were, type thing. And then for our generation, our remember where you were moments obviously were, the towers falling, and then when Michael Jackson died, that one I remember exactly where I was, the weather, what I was looking at. I was driving along a certain, well-known street in a well-known city, and I remember the sunshine coming through my windshield. I remember the shirt I was wearing. I mean, that's how attached we are to our celebrities.
Wow.
So, I mean, that was kind of odd that when I saw that Jackson 6, but I didn't click on anything or go look at it, so I probably can't speak on it. But I remember Randy being one of the 5. I do remember that name, Randy.
Wow.
Randy, Tito, Jermaine, Michael, and I'm not sure about the 5th one out of the 5. But I mean, Randy is among the ones I remember. So that's weird. If he's supposedly the 6th one, then I'm missing 2 names then.
Yep, that's a weird one.
I have one more question for you guys. If and anybody or all of you can answer.
Okay.
Assume maybe Sandy would know best, but about a year ago. Go ahead.
Teresa laughed.
Huh.
Go on. What were you
I'm
going to
just
say?
laughing. I'm just laughing.
Okay, well, about a year ago, I was cleaning, like moving food around on my countertop, and I grabbed a box, a well-known yellow box of Little Debbie, what I believed were called Nutty Bars. I guess all of a sudden they were Nutty Buddy.
Oh,
And I
God.
said to my husband, I'm like, hey, what is this Nutty Buddy? Is this something new? Is it peanut butter in there instead, or, something instead of the peanut butter inside of them, or what's different, or da-da-da. Went through the whole conversation. He said he didn't even notice that it was different. So I go and I Google it, and there was kind of a backstory about the company having changed it, but it was changed in what I looked at that day. It said it was changed like way back in 2014 or 16.
Yeah, Amanda. Amanda. Brian and Teresa. Back in 2018, Brian and Teresa did a live show where they called the company live on air, and it was about the change. So, yeah, there's a whole show about them going over it, and at the time, at the time,
how come I remember
both.
it much more recently having the word bars on there? You know what I mean?
Oh, really?
Right.
That's what I don't
because it just changed for you. That happens all the time.
Oh,
But
yeah, it
wait,
does.
at the time that they called the company, it was both, depending on the location that you bought it. Like in one region of the United States, it was Nutty Buddy, and in another region, it was Nutty Bars. But now the history says they just changed it. So it's changed since Brian and Teresa did the live show.
I grew up
it's
eating
crazy.
these things.
It's all crazy.
I grew up with these.
Or what? I'm confused. I'm very, very confused now. But is there anything odd about this, or is this a legitimate change that makes sense to you guys?
Oh yeah,
you look it up?
But but that's what I'm saying. Everybody wakes up to each Mandela effect at different times sometimes.
Yes.
And you're just waking up to this one now, but Brian and Teresa woke up to it back in 2018.
Yeah, it
covered it back then. It happens to all of us.
I'll find
I'll
something
say Teresa,
Teresa.
Okay, so now I'm double confused. You're saying Nutty Bars is a legitimate product change, or it was a Mandela effect?
A Mandela effect. It's a legitimate Mandela effect change. Yes.
Okay, yeah, because we buy those. That's one of my husband's staple things that he puts in his lunches. We literally buy them every 2 weeks when we go to the grocery store. So I see them on the shelf, even if I don't handle them or eat them, because I don't eat them. But I see it there. I see it in the cart. I see it in the bag. I unpack it. I put it on the table. I know I would have noticed the name change sooner. But yeah, I saw the actual word buddy, like about probably not quite a year ago, 9-10 months ago. And then I went into a bin because the backstory on the internet did not make sense to me.
Well, it also is a legitimate product change. It's both. What I think is going on here, besides the fact that their reason has changed, so the man's excuse as to why it happened has changed. Originally, it's based on your region. Now, what you're saying is that it changed. It was a legitimate company change as of 2016. So for some people, it changed a long time ago, and for you, it just changed. So it's definitely a Mandela, but it's also a product change at the same time.
I wonder if
it's a mess.
Corporations are scrambling to make something legitimate once it's happened. They just remember that CEO about the stovetop and whatever talked about it.
Yes.
And say, we offer craft stovetop and you can buy it.
No, it was Stouffer's stovetop stuffing.
But for some of the population, it was craft, and now in our current reality, it was craft, and all that the company could order was craft, and so they had to tell their customers that's all there's available. Do you want it or not? Count it off. But then, I don't know, with the study bar thing, it seems more like probably that was happening because companies stock those for colleges. They're in the vending machine and single, 45 cents for 2 bars or whatever. order a product, somebody had to have said to the company, they had to have gotten hundreds of messages saying, are these nutty bars? Are they the same as these nutty buddies? Do they have the same ingredients? Did you change the name? And then they scramble. I'm wondering if maybe they scramble around and make it legitimate by changing the name to Buddy, trademarking the name Buddy, Nutty Buddy, keeping the ingredients, and then posting that for their story online. Yeah, we changed it. We know about it. It's a legitimate change. Okay, yeah, maybe it's a legitimate change on paper, but we in the community are waking up and noticing it at different times, and we're also reading different history when we read it.
Mm-hmm.
It's telling different people different, or calling the company like the St. Teresa did, because we're getting a different answer, so to speak, as to when. Because if it changed in 2016, why in the world would I have only seen the difference in 2019? I mean, regionally and whatever. I mean, they would have phased it out by then and put the new name on much earlier than what I saw. And then sometimes we all doubt ourselves of, oh, well, maybe this changed, and I swear I just did not read it right or didn't notice, or because we're all just so accustomed to our regular product. We see the yellow box sitting where it always sits. We buy it. We don't notice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I know. No, I know. It's
No,
all
no,
messing
you're
in your
not.
head.
No,
Consider it an ME, because I did too.
No, you're not crazy at all. Like a lot of the stuff you brought up, many of us have also experienced. So you were dead on.
Yeah.
We all relate. We really do.
I am proud to say that I have a framed version. It's like gold colored, might be brass. I'm not sure what it is. But engraved on it is the Lord's Prayer, where it says, "Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us."
Yep.
I have that.
That's still in media. I mean, I'm not sure when. I just watched a program on Netflix, and it's fairly new. It would have been like on some sort of a CBS streaming thing, is what it was created for or put on first. But now Netflix has it. It's just called Evil. And when I saw, like a couple months ago, Amanda, Netflix just picked for you, notification, on my phone. Oh, a show called Evil. I just ignored it. I'm like, I don't want to watch anything evil. But then I heard some good reviews about it, that it doesn't pick on Christians. It's very well done. It's not exactly for little kids, because there's scary parts, but there's little kids in it. So it's like PG-14 or something. So I went ahead and watched it. And within that show, they said it the old way. And that show is brand new. I mean, not brand new. It's been produced in the last 2 years.
What did they say?
They said, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. It is said several times throughout that show, because the main star is training to become a priest. So he says they call it the Our Father, because he's Catholic, but he says it the right way, or the trespasses way, the way we remember. He doesn't ever use the word debt. He says trespasses, and then there's a couple of other Catholic prayers in there that are said the exact way that I always knew them years and years ago. I raised all my Catholic.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but in the Catholic Bible, it still says trespasses, but in the King James Version, they're writing it in the chat. The 16:1:1:1. I don't know how you write 16:11. 16:11 is better. It's now debts. Forgive us our debts. So that's why a lot of the changes don't happen to the Catholic Bible for some reason.
I
don't
think
know why.
I believe my Catholic Bible that I have here, if I still have it, it's my daughter's. I believe when the Our Father, the Lord's Prayer changed for me, or when I heard about it, I went rushing through the house, as I always do, and I go check every active Bible that I have. Active, I mean, like I have some very old family Bibles that are put away, packed away in a box in a closet. I've only cut those out like once because I was so upset, and I don't remember if that was the Noah one or which one, but it was probably Lion and the Lamb. It was probably a long time ago, but
Mhm.
They're changing with everything. The Catholic Bible was changing with everything. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I checked the Lord's Prayer in my Catholic Bible or not.
But yeah, the Lion and the Lamb did change in the Catholic Bible. You're absolutely right.
Wow.
And when I asked my mom about it, my mom works in a church. Like
Oh.
that's her job. She works in the church. And
Wow.
she said, "Oh, the lion lays with a lot of different animals." I said,
What?
"What?
Name
What?"
two.
Bible did she mean
No.
that one verse?
No, my mom. In the beginning, my mom was trying to explain away the changes, and that was what
Oh
she
my
said to
God.
explain away the lion no longer laying with the lamb. Was her? She said, "Oh, he lays with a lot of the lion lays with a lot of animals."
A mouse,
I'm
a
like,
snake.
"Okay, mom, no."
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Well, I always go straight to my husband because my first husband was Catholic and he knew everything Catholic by heart because that's what they do in Catholic Church. They repeat things, rote memorization. So all
Yep.
their main prayers and main affirmations and things, of course they all know those, but when they change, the Catholic Church hasn't seemed to notice. They still say them the same even though their Bibles have changed. But the Catholic Church within Mass, they very rarely pick up a Bible and flip through it. Just the priest does. So,
Right.
I mean, it kind of makes sense that they're not catching on to them or noticing them or talking about them. Because
Oh,
they don't
I've
necessarily
actually-
use their
Exactly.
Bible.
That's what I keep saying. I don't know the Bible, but I know the Bible, just not. I know the Bible because I know, like, I can recite everything, including what the priest says in church, but I cannot tell you what verse is what. Because we don't read the Bible. We don't study the Bible like that. We study religion class, our textbooks in religion, and we go to church.
Yeah,
and we
the
listen to the
workbook
priest.
and the homework, worksheets and stuff. That's what you learn from when you're a Catholic.
Yes.
You don't really
Yeah,
crack
we're
open.
lucky.
I mean, and this is where it's really kind of funny because what do people do at baptism? They give the baby a Bible, and then when they get their first communion when they're about 8 years old, they get 4 or 5 different Bibles as a gift from all
Yep.
their relatives and their godparents, and the priest gives them one, and
Mhm.
so they're given all these Bibles all their lives. And my kids are graduated high school, and the one left her Bible behind. And I was thinking, I've offered it to her several times, and she's like, "Yeah, I don't do religion anymore. Now I'm free." And so none of my kids are churchy anymore. My oldest one got married in the Catholic Church. She did do that because, she was Catholic enough, but they don't go every Sunday or anything, or they don't go. They just do weddings, funerals, and that kind of thing now. They're not practicing Catholic people, and that's fine. But what's weird is, you crack open these Bibles when the kids have graduated, and then they're still brand new. They didn't really use them. So they're going to know things by rote memorization. They're going to know whatever they were taught. They won't necessarily know what the words on the page in the Bible said. Whereas a person like me, I wasn't raised Catholic, just my first marriage was, and my kids were. So then I kind of, learned along with them the Catholic stuff for years. And then, there was a divorce and whatever. And now I'm married to another guy, and he was raised very churchy, only it was Protestant. So he knows his Bible like the back of his hand because they read it, and they read it in their house, and they prayed in their house, and his mom and dad were older, and they were very churchy and religious. So whenever there's a Bible change, I go rushing to my husband, and I say, "Fill in the blank for me," and I just rattle off the verse up until the blank. He always fills it in the right way to me, what I remember, what mostly is what people remember. And then I tell him or show him, and he'll just shrug. He takes it. He's either taking the download or he's just accepting it because he goes along to get along, just doesn't want to fight with it. It was just like, "Oh, well, maybe we had it wrong. Oh, well, I'm 40 years old now. I don't remember, da-da-da, But you do remember. You just said it 2 seconds ago. You do remember. And then he'll just shrug his shoulder and kind of, it's almost like he'd like to wave me off, but he's not that rude.
Running Fox. That's good. Good that you mentioned that. It's called the Smith effect. We coined it. I believe that was coined by Tom Hefner.
Yeah. I was listening last week. I was here last week when they talked about that, but I don't exactly remember what it was Was it kind of taking the upload or going along to get along?
It's like kind of like you ask somebody something Mandela effect related, they agree with you, but then when you show them the evidence, they change. It's like they get the
Their
download.
eyes glass over and they get this look, and sometimes even get angry.
I saw my current husband actually physically take a download. It was on the 4th of July. We were out in the warm sunshine, so I could see very well because I'm almost blind, so my eyes do have a factor. So we were out in the daylight, in the sun, 4th of July this year, so it's recent. I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly which Mandela effect we were discussing, whichever one it was. It was probably something to do with the flag or Uncle Sam or something, you know what I mean? It was probably holiday related, but I don't remember. Anyway, whatever it was, he's very aware of the Mandela effect. And a lot of them he'll agree with, and he'll go, well, that's just wrong, because I remember da-da-da-da-da. But he doesn't go pursuing it, studying it, joining groups like I do. He just doesn't really, care that much about the situation. He's one of those people that's like, well, even if it's happening, there's nothing I can do about it type thing. So I did witness this Smith effect actually physically take place, because whatever it was, he agreed, or I just asked the group, we were in a group, and I asked everybody, hey, do you remember whatever it was? Everybody there among my family, it wasn't a Bible one, because my family members were there, and they're not churchy, they don't know the Bible. So whatever the topic was, they all answered the way I remember. Or, maybe a couple of the younger ones just said, I don't know, I'm not aware, okay, of the answer. My own husband, I was watching him, and I said, well, guess what? Now it's whatever. I told him the updated version. Then you pull up your phone to prove it. People never believe you until you show them. As soon as you show them, oh, it's official. And literally his eyes changed. He looked kind of stoned for a second, like something didn't, like someone slapped his face. And then he goes, oh, yeah, you're right. I said wrong. You're right. And went with the Google.
Weird.
And like you just said 2 seconds ago, and then it's an argument, so I try so hard not to do that, because I don't want to argue with my people, family, all it does is make it a stressful, oh, here we go, now there's going to be drama at the 4th, everybody was having a good time.
You get the eyes rolling every time.
Yeah.
It was so weird. He just stunned for about, 3 seconds, and his eyes, they did look glassy, they did look odd. And then he kind of, he shifted his focus. He had been looking at the fire. It was daytime, but we had a campfire going. And his eyes shifted away from that, and like off into the distance, and he just looked shocked for a second. And then he goes, oh, you're right. Oh, that's right. Yeah. I had it wrong.
Wow.
Wow.
And usually he doesn't even admit that he said or answered at all 2 seconds ago. Different times that I correct him or I show him what it is now, and I'll say, wait, no, that's the Mandela effect. Look, it changed. You said it the way I remember, but look at it now. And he usually says, no, I didn't. No, I didn't agree with you. I didn't say that. And he just
record them.
People don't want to be wrong, I guess.
Yeah.
I have something to share with you guys.
Wow.
Okay, so these are 40 new bizarre words that have showed up in the Bible. You have the word planets. The word
You can't see
India.
him, Brian. Your thing's blocking it. Your comment.
You gotta take the message down.
Brian, take that Floyd Michael comment down, because it's blocking your screen like a lot.
Oh, which one?
The Floyd Michael, the thing at the bottom.
Oh,
The
that
banner.
one.
You gotta take the banner down.
Yeah, your banners block a lot of stuff. You got to be careful with that.
Yeah, let me go back to that.
Banner. It's called a banner blocker.
Oh, thank you for pointing that out.
That's the new name. Banner blocker.
I'm sorry, you guys. Again, Running Fox, thank you for coming on. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for coming on.
Did you say you're in my group, Running Fox?
I'm sorry, I can't understand Teresa when she talks.
Yes, she's in it. I'll answer for you. Yes, she is in your group, Teresa.
What name are you under? I'm sorry.
I'll text it to you, Teresa.
I'm sorry.
Her full name. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
She keeps asking if you're in the group, and I'm gonna tell
Oh,
her.
yeah,
her full name.
yeah. I don't go on Facebook very often, but I am in Teresa's group. My name's Amanda.
Oh, Amanda.
Anderson. But I can take a picture of that Heidi video cover when I hang up here in a
Yes.
second, and I'll text it to Brian.
Yeah, if you'll
Why
text
don't
me, I can
That would
show
be
it.
awesome. We can show it.
Yeah, I'll do that right after we hang up here, and then
Oh.
Brian can tell his story too, because he's wanting to tell, or his list.
Yeah, I
Thank
just want to go through
you.
a short list. Thanks again, Running Fox. Okay.
Yes, yes. Thank you for calling in.
Oh, wait a minute,
We-
Running Fox. I
Wait a
sent you
minute.
a friend request. Accept it, please.
What about me?
She doesn't go on Facebook often. I'm telling her next time she's on.
I want to send her a friend
That
request.
way I can message her.
All right, here we go. We got words that are showing up in the Bible.
Too many.
So we got planets, we got India, organs,
What?
frying pan. The word frying pan is in the Bible.
Oh my gosh.
Haunt, haunt is in the Bible. Dainties, I don't know about that one. Chapel, the word chapel is in the Bible. We get another caller.
Oh, got another one, guys. Here we go. Busy night.
There's a word missing from that list.
Hey,
Unicorn.
welcome to the show. Who do
Hi, Brian.
who do we have on the line?
Well, that is Svetlana Maximova. I just using my son account because my account for some reason is blocked for the
Who
last.
is it?
Could you please speak up a little bit so we could hear you? I'm sorry.
Svetlana Maximova.
Okay, welcome. Welcome.
I didn't hear. What she
Can
said?
I ask you for a big favor? My mom is in the hospital and she's been there for 3 weeks. She's on ventilator, and I'm just simply asking for healing energy to be sent to her. This is gonna recover faster. It's well, you know how it works, right? They microwave people, and after that, their body got attacked by bacteria and viruses. So that's what she's experiencing right now and trying to fight.
Oh my God.
And I feel like the only way I can help her is pretty much by energetic input and the combined energy, intentions, and stuff like that.
Well, everybody in the chat. Will you guys? We need to pray for this individual.
You want to say a prayer, Brian?
Do you want to
can't
write your
wait.
mom's name in the chat so we can say a prayer for her?
Yes, my mom is Galina. And she's in Russia now. Well, I'm here in the United States and she's in Russia. And I can't visit her because my passport is expired. And if I go there, I'm just going to get stuck because of bureaucracy. So I'm not going to risk that. So it's kind of heavy situation. So
I'm so sorry.
Thank you everyone for energy input into that, because I truly believe that we are powerful.
Please God, watch over her and take care of her in this time of need. And hope, well, we need to keep telling her that she's in good hands and that she's going to be well taken care of. And please God, heal her. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Amen. Prayer in groups, guys.
Yeah, it really does matter when you guys send your intentions and prayers. It really does help. So please pray for this woman, her mother, that she does heal in this time of need. So again, thank you for bringing that to our attention. Okay.
And I also know that it's scientifically actually proven that your body, which is consists of water, can be affected 2 ways. One way is intention, which we can control over it, and the second way is affecting human body or any live organism by using frequencies. EMF, electromagnetic frequency. That's why they have all those sounds going on. That's how actually they modify reality by introducing these different frequencies. Also, while I'm live here, they posted in several scientific articles lately that when you're using two lasers, very strong lasers, and combine their strength together, like lasers of like hadron collider quality. When you collide those two lasers together, this light is able to manifest matter. So you collide two lasers together and matter cube. So I think they finally admitted that we all made of light, literally. And now I'm thinking why they have 30,000 hadron colliders in this reality, because lately we, the ones who made it out of this reality, are not supporting this reality anymore. So they have to produce matter. And I think they're using those 30,000 colliders increase to produce matter for this reality.
See, I'm having a really hard time understanding. It's very muffled.
Did you say metaphysics? Metaphysiology?
No. When you use two lasers, you collide those two lasers together, you're able to produce hydrogen, which means from the light, from literal light, you can produce matter. That's very, very big.
I heard combine two
From
wavelengths
light,
together.
you're saying from light you can produce matter.
Yes.
When the reason why at the collider they're colliding different elements together.
No, they're using light.
Light.
They're using light to create matter. That's what they're doing.
Wow.
Because this place, this realm, the earth itself running out of everything. So they have to actually artificially produce matter. That's how low they feel right now. So we guys, the ones who Mandela affected, we are winning. And the reason why we have those memories, because we already transferred ourselves into the light and restoring so many memories that cannot be affected by frequencies that they're using it or not. That's why we have those memories, and that's why we hold on to them, because we're already not here. We're already in this next realm where we're going to, where it's going to be no time or space, and we're not going to having physical bodies and stuff like that. We're already there, and we are made of light.
Yes, I agree with that. We are made of light,
and we're going to be immortal. So that's the next step, I think. And imagine yourself having IQ of 1,000 instead of what you're having here, and being so big and powerful. That's why they're putting us down over here. They do not want us to realize who we really are. That's how scary the situation is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is strength. You know, when we have Jesus and when we come together, you know, there's definitely strength. And I remember Carl Sagan. Carl Sagan had a really interesting quote, and he said, "We are made of starry stuff." So
stardust. Yeah.
He said starry stuff, right?
I thought stardust.
Let me look that up again. Hang on. Let me give you the exact quote.
So if you consider star to be light, that's what we're made of.
Okay, it says here, we are made of star stuff, he says.
Star stuff.
We are made of star stuff. We are a way for the universe to know itself.
I thought it was stardust.
Me
no,
too.
Star stuff.
The way I'm seeing how we made, we're actually projecting ourselves over here And this super intense light, who we are really, like the gamma, stronger than gamma radiation, stronger than X-ray radiation. That's what we are outside of this place. But to be here on Earth, we actually slowing down almost to stop. Like imagine, like the water can be in several stages. It can be gas or it can be ice. So the same thing with light. When it's like super intense light and it stops really fast and frozen in time. That's what we are here. We pretty much transforming ourselves into the matter to be here.
We're transforming ourselves into the matter to be here, right? I've heard that in one of the books I've read that we are actually from a fourth dimensional
Indigo
projection
children.
that we're onto a three-dimensional plane. So I know it's some weird stuff.
Are you talking about like the indigo children?
Oh, I think the indigo children, that the people who decided to come over here in the very last stages of this universe to help everybody else to wake up. Because the big thing over here, people cannot realize that you have IQ 1000 or higher, and you do not have to have body to exist, and you are a limitless, immortal being. That's their purpose here. That's why they were born into the babies, and they're here for the very first time, for the one time, lifetime only. They were not reincarnated and haven't been playing in this place, because that's not only one universe here. There is more universes out there. This one happens to be went completely wrong, and we're closing down this universe, and you can feel it. And that's why we're experiencing Mandela effect. It's like Mandela effect itself is like apocalypse, which is not a bad meaning of this word, which is simply revealing of the truth.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yes, that's what, see, apocalypse.
And Mandela itself, for us, like especially for Mandela effect, that's what it is. It's revealing of the truth. That means that reality we're in is not solid, it's not written in stone, and it's changing. And by knowing that, you're going to be able to figure out the rest of it really logically and simply. But you are the one who is determining the thing over here, and the rest of it is always changing. And you can also withdraw from this place and go play somewhere else, go to different universes where the situation is not that horrific, because they've only created in this place. That's the creation of this universe and this universe only. And nowhere else that is not real in the first place. That's why people who had near-death experience, like when your body passed away for a short period of time, you're separating from the body, you still have your memory, you still have your way of thinking, but you just exist without body. That was my discovery when I had temporarily death, like clinical death. I was separated from my body, but it was still me, and I was able to observe my body just laying on the bed. That was just like wow. And the next thing was like Mandela effect almost straight after that. It's just like boom, 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 big apocalypse, big revealing of everything. Oh, one more thing. Mark of the beast, 666 mark. Some people thinking it's going to be vaccine, some people thinking it's acceptance of the money, some people thinking this and that.
Yes.
But actually, mark of the beast is acceptance of this universe and acceptance of this body and acceptance of death and acceptance of reincarnation and all of that. If you accepted any of those things, you're accepting mark of the beast.
What?
But if you see Mandela effect, you actually overcome that thing and you're already not breaking mark of the beast.
Right, because the beast.
You're not okay with this place. You know internally something critically wrong with this place, and you reject it at the correct time, and you're able to set yourself free.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was just talking to Teresa about this today. I'm like, she's worried about the vaccination with chips and stuff, and I'm like, what do you think real ID is? You're carrying a chip in your wallet. But I
On
know
credit
what you mean,
card,
like the
a
mark of the
credit card.
beast.
Yeah.
See, pretty much people who don't experience the Mandela effect and who think that everything is okay and life's supposed to be that way, they all actually accept the mark of the beast.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's simple as that. It's sad, but like if you imagine a situation, we all been angels before. We dropped in vibration into this universe, and now we're coming back home. But some of the angels gonna be disassembled, erased, and they just gonna cease to exist. That's what happens. The people who are not able to wake up, that is it.
And that's why I try to wake up as many people close to me as I can, because I believe that being able to see the Mandela effect is so important. I really believe that,
Yes.
you know, you're being deceived if you can't see it, in my opinion.
Yep.
So I really, I try to wake up
Everybody has
everyone close to me.
Everyone has his own. We have our own journey. First of all, you have to have questions about reality. You have to have questions who you are. You have to be good, like to not to drop below certain frequencies, like the sins, the deadly sins is pretty much preventing you from killing yourself. Like if you kill somebody, the part of you is dying. That's what they are. But on top of everything, you must search who you are. You must have questions about this reality, and you must reject this reality. That's several months that we have to be doing. And from my experience, it's impossible to do all this work for somebody else if they decide not to do it. It just doesn't work. It's a waste of time. I mean, I'm trying like you all. I was even putting stuff on the placards and painting on the street with it, but it doesn't matter. People who don't want to see, they just give up on themselves. They do not want to become immortal. That's what it is.
Yeah, those people actually get angry and fight you when you try to show them residue or explain that something's changed. Those people do not want to see it.
And nothing we can do about it, you know. That's the sad part of it. Sometimes my heart is crying.
What did you say your name was, caller, again? I'm sorry.
Say it slow. It's hard to hear.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry, what did you say your name was? Is it
My name is Svetlana.
Svetlana? Okay, I thought so. Okay.
Svetlana, yes.
Channel. And I was very, very upset in the very beginning. Right now, I'm coming down. It's just only so much you can do, and the acceptance of the truth is the biggest step.
Well,
it's
and the truth.
Going through all 5 stages of grief, each what we're experiencing. When we're trying to bargain and trying to change everyone, and the last step is pretty much just okay.
What's the last one? Acceptance.
Yes.
Yes.
What it is. Yes.
That's what I meant.
One more thing.
Go ahead.
One more thing before I forgot. The rapture is gonna be real. It's like exactly like in the Bible. You're gonna fly up. I'm saying the rapture from the Bible.
The rapture is real.
Going to be real. Yes. And I already experienced part of the rapture. I just was not able to all the way out of here. So how it's gonna feel when you feel yourself in solar plexus, it's about 2 inches above your belly button. That's where your all essence gonna combine in one single point. And after that, when you centralize yourself completely, when you reject all of the above, all this reality that includes everything, that includes people who you connected to, your close ones, and everything you've been tried for, everything you've been fighting for. Then you centralize yourself perfectly, and you start shooting up, just like you get magnetized to something else, you're shooting up really, really fast, and you're also expanding. And it feels exactly like when you're flying on the swings, when you're flying up, that's the feeling you're gonna experience. But the flight's gonna be pretty long until you reach your home. And very important is when you're flying, don't think about anything, because your thoughts, your emotions, your needs, your wants, that's the exactly things that keeping you here. That's like a magnet for a soul over here. When you're able to release all of that, you're gonna be home. And I do believe at some point that we're gonna be doing this as a group. It's gonna be a lot of us just flying out of here. Because as right now it feels like we on the stage where it's the last battle between light and dark is happening. You can call it Armageddon. That's what I'm experiencing right now, because so many things go unfair and the fight is so strong. So at some point it's gonna be over and we're gonna return back home. So it's gonna be no more sorrow, no more.
That's right. Our faith is going to be tested, at some point. And whether it's being tested right now, in the future, or maybe has in the past for some of you. Your faith at some point is going to be tested.
That means we've still been tested. When you actually wake up, you're not here anymore. So we're all in this together, and we're still here right now. So we all holding on to something over here. That's what's holding us up. Plus they also created extra frequencies to hold us up here. So it's kind of, that's what makes it hard. Otherwise, if they were not fighting the death, our opposition, we would be already free.
Yeah, and not even the best psychics in the world know what's happening with the Mandela effect. That I've seen some stuff on TV with some of that stuff, and not even the best psychics in the world know what's going on. Only God knows,
Well, people who see Mandela effect, we are the chosen ones. That's the truth of reality.
That's what I was told.
And people who pretend to be having super abilities, people who pretending to be something, they in the open right now, and they are not us. How to explain this? Like, let me get to this. How that's called? Okay, imagine oak tree and acorn. So both of those things have same DNA. So in reality, they're both the same. But acorn has a lot of potential to become trees and spread all the roots and spread all the branches out. But it didn't. It has all potential together. And the oak tree is just like all flourishing here. That's exactly what happened here. We are who keep our potential inside of us. We didn't go all the way in. We didn't become celebrities. We didn't become kings of this world. And that was not even our intention. We're the one who is actually going to be able to return home. So it's don't feel bad if you don't have money. Don't feel bad if you're super smart but nobody wants your ability. Because apparently people who are famous here, people who is in Wikipedia, people who achieve something, they become those trees, and they're not going to be able to return home, because you have to have this whole potential. Like, your real you is a big dreamer, and you have to be a dreamer to get out from here. Not playing this stupid game, not participating in a rat race like everybody else. So pretty much that's what characterizes a lot of Mandela effect. Very smart people, very intuitive people, very kind people, and never were appreciated. And apparently, we're the one who made it to the final line.
Yeah, we seem to be connected somehow. Most of us in the Mandela Effect community are in fact very empathetic people. I know many of you who are here on here frequently, who I've actually had the opportunity to speak to on the air. I know a lot of you are empathetic people, just like myself. So it's good to know that we have this community together, and that we know that our hearts are in the right place, not just with the Mandela Effect, but also with God. Hopefully, anyways. Um, Svetlana, did you have anything else for us that you wanted to mention?
Oh, the God doesn't look like the dude with the with the beard. Okay, that's not the God. The real God is like absolute, and it also has major potential, but it's not a realized potential. It can be anything. It can be anyone. It's all we all eat, and it's all us, but you can't describe it. But it's most perfect, most absolute. That if you, I don't know how to describe it, but God is real, and God is not in this place, and He's already here, and He's in you. Nobody else gonna come over and save you. So that's what we saving ourselves, and we joining God outside.
Well, thank you very much, Svetlana. We really appreciate you coming on, and I know it takes a lot, a lot of what's the word I'm looking for?
Strength?
It's very
Courage.
courage. Thank you. It takes a lot of courage to come on a show in front of thousands of people. So, and we definitely appreciate you, and we're praying for your mother. Okay,
Yes.
she heals.
Thank you, Brian, for this opportunity.
Yes, and we hope to hear from you soon. Okay, and let us know how she's doing the next time we do the show. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, and we will see you next time. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for calling in.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
We got time for one more caller.
Come on, one more.
One more caller. Anyone? Going
Who's
once.
in the chat? Who's in the chat right now?
We got a lot
There
in
you
the chat.
go.
One more caller.
Come on, caller. You want to say the number again, Brian?
Was Svetlana sassy Zazzy, or is that a different person?
I think maybe you're right. I'm not for certain.
Brian,
Yeah.
repeat the phone number again.
Okay. Does somebody have the phone number they can repost? If not, I can find it. No problem.
I do.
It's scrolled down.
I gave it to Sassy Zazzy. That's why I was asking if that was Sassy Zazzy. That's why I was asking. Like, what was Svetlana's name in the chat?
Svetlana is awesome. And Svetlana, if you're out there still in the chat, can you please post your YouTube channel in the chat so that other people can find you and we can listen to you?
Get more subs.
You can get more subs that way.
Yeah.
There it goes. There's the call.
Oh, we got somebody.
All right. Cool.
Hey, caller, you're on the air. How are you?
Hey, all right. Hi. Thank you for having me on. Jerry Mark.
Hey, Jerry.
Pleasure to listen to you guys talk about all this stuff. I mean, it's so big things. And I had a hard time listening to her accent, but she was talking about a lot, eh?
It's hard.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was a good call. But, I mean, there's just so many different subjects that the Mandela Effect has hit, from the Bible to popular art to even our physical bodies have changed. I remember back in boxing, I'm talking like 35 years ago, a kidney punch was down in your lower back. And now I guess our kidneys are up. in our mid part of our back, under the back part of our rib cage, if I'm not mistaken. So that was always a really big change for me. And I mean, I know we went through a lot of Bible changes. There's corn in there and stuff like that. No, but there's not only corn in the Bible. I'm reading through the Mahabharata, and about 51% through it, and anybody who can look that up, it's a gigantic monumental poem. It's about basically the Encyclopedia Britannica has 30 volumes. This is like 19 volumes, about halfway through. And I'm seeing the word corn in there too. And they didn't have corn back then. They didn't have corn until we discovered America. So it's very interesting to find these changes cropping up not only in the Bible but in other ancient texts too. So, do you have any have you heard anything else about any other religions' holy books changing?
That's a good question. I have not paid too much attention to the other ones, but I have heard that that the Muslim Bible has changed.
Oh, I haven't heard that. That's...
It's amazing. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I can't hardly hear anybody else in the background. So, but I did watch I don't know what you call him, a priest, or when he was from, I believe, the Muslim faith, and he was talking about they have what they call rememberers, and they actually have been rewriting their holy books on a daily basis because of these changes, and they have acknowledged the changes in our Bible. And it's on YouTube. You can do a search for it. I believe it's still easy to find. Just do other religious Mandela effects. You might probably, but I mean, even like for me, like I'm 47, and I remember the Statue of Liberty being on Ellis Island, and for it to be on Liberty Island, on a starport in Jersey waters, it messes with you. It does. It's like, wow. I have to relearn all this stuff. The Panama Canal running north and south now, and for me, when I grew up, it was west. So like I said, be savvy. I went and watched the History Channel documentary on, the building of the Panama Canal and how they built it from north to south now, in order to at least educate myself on current, speeds or history that we find ourselves having to read. Have you found yourself having to go back and relearn various things?
It's hard to
I'm
hear.
sorry, what's the question?
Go back and what?
Can you repeat the question?
Have you had to go back and relearn various things from back in school, like for example, how I had to go and relearn how the Panama Canal was built, because it's no longer running east to west now. It runs north to south. So obviously they didn't make it the same way that they had originally made it that I was taught. So I went back and relearned it, and I guess I'm asking you, or I mean, if and I think that would be a good idea actually to promote, is to have that way of thinking that don't forget your past, but learn as much as you can about the reality you're in right now. Exactly.
Which brings me to I have a question for you about the schooling. So.
Sure.
So some of these changes that you've been experiencing, I guess. So you're talking, when you say school, you're referring to college or maybe your kids' school.
I took some college. I took some college.
So you having to relearn it?
I took criminal justice. I probably got 2 years in a 4-year degree. So I'm not the world's, smartest guy, and I'm not an expert on anything. But I'm 47, and you know what? I can solve a Rubik's Cube. And by the way, I do spell it with an X. And
Yep, right on.
I can, I can solve a Rubik's Cube, and then tell me that I'm confused the peanut guy with the Monopoly guy. I used to play with my little brother and sister hundreds of games of Monopoly. I know he had a monocle. Everybody knows he had one. Jim Carrey does
yes, Jim Carrey did the impression of him.
Pet Cemetery, or no, Pet Detective 2 does a really good, funny whole act about, you must be the Monopoly guy, and he's talking in the head. Anyway,
the monocle? Yeah.
Anybody, go ahead.
No. I was green. I was saying the Monopoly monocle. Yeah. Go on.
And stovetop stuffing. That's a huge one. I mean, we ate that every. And I had 6 kids come up through my family that I've raised that are out in the world, and they all remember stovetop stuffing. All of them.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's, of course, it's Kraft, which is just ridiculous. And then, Haas avocados is now HASS instead of HAAS like it used to be. That's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
You've got, okay, I was born on December 7th. And so I'm very aware of and that's a crappy day to have a birthday. That's like being born on 9/11 for anybody that's over 30 would know about it. But the Black Tom is the attack in Black Tom Island when they blew up the ammo dump, which blew out all the windows in Lower Manhattan. Damaged the Statue of Liberty so bad that nobody's been able to go up inside of a torch. Yet there are people that have, the hundreds of people that have reported being in the torch. It's incredible. And some people are like, the Great Delusion. Is it biblical? Is it, I find it kind of curious that all this is going on right about the time they come up with multi-world theory, that CERN is operating, that we have quantum computers, and now all of a sudden these quantum changes, for me anyway, what I'm seeing is that they're expressing themselves at a macro level instead of a micro level. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, in a stupid stab in the dark, but it's something. There's something going on, definitely, and everybody knows it. Everybody can see it, and I think churches are scared to death. Think about it. And if you have a flock of 1,000 people, and a lot of them are very, very sensitive. You scare the hell out of them, telling them that, hey, the Bible's changing, and this is one of the keys to the world, I feel really, I think they're not lying, they're just scared. They just don't know how to bring it up. And I feel for us. I really do. Because, that's, managing large groups of people, for one, you get the group mentality, and it's really hard. It eats away like cancer, and once you scare the hell out of somebody, it just spreads through the whole congregation. And you can't have that. How can you lead people in faith and have them, hiding under the beds,
Yeah.
I guess that's and that's a pretty deep point for probably a lot of people that don't. I was baptized Catholic as a kid, by the way, but I went back a lot of, the Bible and Quran, Torah, I mean, chess players, and, try to use your brain, So I obviously have a good memory, and I'm seeing these changes. And anybody with a weak memory, sees these changes, don't deny it. Don't lie to yourself. Don't. And I think that's what a lot of people are doing. Is just, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No one said anything. Oh, I didn't
there's
hear
an
Brian.
echo.
Sorry.
There's just an echo.
I heard an echo. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. You're fine.
Okay. Well, it's just I think some people they see these changes and they start thinking early onset Alzheimer's, and they start making all these excuses for these changes, and they start doubting their good memories. And look, man, if you can wake up in the morning and before people go outside know the sky is blue because it was blue yesterday and you're remembering it, memory's fine. Now, I've seen people with Alzheimer's. They can't remember if the sky is blue the next day, okay? And it is a terrible disease, and I'm not laughing at it. And my point is that saying that we have problems with our memory, or that we're early onset Alzheimer's, or just funny things that I've heard left and right are so ridiculous. Because we have so much proof, so much residue. There's people kneeling in front of the thinking statue, posing how the thinking statue should pose, but yet the thinking statue has his hand stuffed in his mouth like he's eating a knuckle sandwich, like an ape. Now, I don't know what this. It's just so odd. I could go on and on. I don't want to take up the whole time. So it's been a fast talking, you guys. Thank you for letting me rant. And
No. I mean, you can go on. Tell us your top Mandela effect. What's your biggest? Your biggest.
I don't want people's eyes to glaze over and
No, seriously, what's your biggest in your face Mandela effect?
There's so many of them, and you know what sucks is okay, I was in a loving marriage for 11 years, and my now ex-wife, she doesn't see the changes, or at least she says she doesn't, and won't talk about them. Anger, when you bring it up, a lot of people are like that too. They seem to go to instant anger when you start bringing up the Mandela effect. We live as friends still, but I cannot bring up the Mandela effect around her at all. And some people are like that. They just get triggered. And my advice to people out there is you want to be careful who you bring it up to, because when you start altering somebody's perception, anger seems to be the go-to for especially now with everybody locked down and all this pent-up, do I say rage? I mean, whatever it is. But I personally, I think they're using COVID as a big, giant smokescreen to cover up this Mandela Bible changes so they can persuade the general public from truly seeing it. Because we see it, and we're trying to wake people up. And the idiot box on the TV, like a lot of people don't know, before Obama left office, he changed the law that says the government cannot use propaganda against us. Go look up the word propaganda. They can use propaganda against us now, which means that everything that comes out of that TV is a complete lie. Can't trust it.
Oh my God!
They changed. He changed that.
You can look this stuff up. You go. He didn't strike the law down. He altered it to make it easier for the government to use the news to propagandize us. So we don't know really how China feels about us. All we know is what the news says. So that's another thing
That's
that
right.
they're doing too.
And what does their news say about us?
Whoa, man! From what I've heard, you could go on some translation channels, and they're indoctrinated to hate Americans from grade school, from the very onset of preschool, man. They hate us. They really do. And it's sad because I don't hate any of them. I have nothing in my heart but love for all the races on the planet. You know, in fact, I think we're supposed to somehow all together mingle somehow and create a better genetic strain than just the little piece of the good strains that each one of us has. We're supposed to all make a better race. And we're not doing that because of the hate and the idiot stuff coming out of the TV and the radio, and you can't watch TV without seeing an attack ad or a political whatever. And all this is dissuading us from these incredible changes that are happening, that are manifesting in front of us.
Yeah.
That God has said, watch for these changes. And they're trying to get us to not see it. Like, hey, wear that mask. Worry about this. Worry about that. Worry about the race. There's a big race war. Everybody's protesting. No. Hey, look, man. The Bible is changing. These are changing. The great delusion is happening. And for those of us that have eyes to see, we need to wake our brethren up as quickly as possible. You know, and I urge you to, the ones that you love truly with your heart, lovingly, caringly, with kid gloves, try and wake them up. And if you can't,
I like that you said that with kid gloves.
you know, you really have to. You really, you know. And you know, like I said, I just feel sorry for the people that are cut off and don't have access to the internet or this information, that are seeing these changes, and they probably think they're going nuts. And I feel for them, you know, and I want to reach out to them. And I think that we live in a society where we don't know who our neighbors are. Do you know who the people who live across the street from you are?
Well, I do, but I'm in Philly. It's different.
I do, but the thing is, I don't really know them. I mean, the more you think about it, I've met them. I know of them. To truly know someone.
You never had dinner with them.
Right. To truly know
Yes.
someone is to spend time with them, and
you've never broken bread with them. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the kind of closeness that our neighbors used to have. We don't have that.
My neighbor is one of my closest friends. So, like I said, I think it's different here because in the city, we rely on each other. Like a couple of my neighbors, I give rides to, and like I'm taking all the elderly people on my street to the polling booths. Well, I was going to, but then they moved them across. They used to be across the street the whole time I've lived here, and then for some reason, Philadelphia closed down half of the polling booths in the city, like some 900 polling booths. So we had to go like 3-4 blocks away. But now they've moved back to the one across the street. So now I'm probably not going to drive them. But like I know a lot of my neighbors. They sit outside. We have block parties out here.
You know, you're really blessed there. I think a lot of people. Like I live in Duluth, Minnesota, and you know, people move around so much that you know, the people that change across the street are different every 3 years. You know, I mean, it's there's not a permanent neighborhood kind of thing going on.
No, I believe you. I know in the majority of places, people don't know their neighbors like they did 20, 30 years ago. I agree with you 100%.
No, that's the purpose too. And I think, like when the cops come, like say you call the cops, the CPS agent will always come up too, ready to take your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
That's how it is here in Duluth, Minnesota.
That's
and
horrible.
It sucks. They got one of our kids.
Yeah,
and I had 6 kids come up through my family, and we have a wonderful, beautiful family. None of our kids have been to jail. I've never seen the inside of a jail cell, and they got one of my kids. And they actually got her to think things, just terrible things about us too. Like, I mean, they brainwashed her. They got her to think we did heroin in front of her.
Oh my God!
And I'm hand to God.
That's horrible.
This is their job.
It's
to go in and break up the American family.
Break up the family. That's right. And what do you see advertisements all for, like with the lawyers? Divorce, divorce, divorce everywhere. It's so prevalent these days. And
the reason why I bring this up is because it is connected with the Mandela effect. It is the time is power. These are the things that are happening in our society that are manifesting. These evil things are manifesting where the government, remember, we fight against powers and principalities.
Right.
Okay? We're not fighting against flesh and blood. We're fighting against those CPS agents coming and taking our kids and brainwashing our kids in school with whatever doctrine they're trying to teach them these days. When I was a kid, you could say, I pledge allegiance to the flag, and under God, for which it stands, and you cannot say that. And it's like over the last 40 years, or I'd say 30 years, yeah, I've watched the complete takedown of the American family. It's horrifying. And yeah, there are a lot of good families out there. I'm not saying there aren't. I'm saying that they're working really hard to make sure that there are more bad families than there are good families. And that's scary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because everybody is basically put into a box, and we're all categorized. It's just like the census. They force everybody to do the census. If you don't do it, then your state doesn't get the funding from the government.
I've had a register to vote pop up on every screen on every one of my devices.
I mean, to be honest with you, I know, like, I just don't feel right. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. You go out there and vote, okay? But I see otherwise. I'll just put it that way. I don't want to.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
Well, no. I watched. This was on, I believe, it was like Fox or the Today Show, but it was on a news show, and this little girl had, for I believe it was Ancestry.com, she had done. This was from Barack back. All of their genealogy, and every one of them are cousins. All of them, all of the presidents, all the way back to George Washington, which is related to King George. They're all cousins. They're all related.
Oh my God!
Every one of them. Cheney is actually related to Obama by like a 13th cousin. It's just nuts. They're all related, and so it doesn't matter who you vote for, because. I look at it this way. Remember back when Obamacare was a big thing, and it was going to be Romney Care or Clinton Care? They weren't going to change the care about it. The only thing about it that was going to change was the name on the bill. If Romney won, it would have been Romney Care. Clinton won, it would have been Clinton Care. Obama won, so it happened to be Obamacare. That's what we got stuck with. Yep. That's my opinion.
And honestly, how big was that bill? It was like, I remember it was like so many pages. It was like, who could possibly read that?
There's no human way anybody could sit down and read that. No way.
Whoever crafted that was like... Like an evil genius.
And that's all they do. And they know it. And they know it. It's just like that gigantic terms and conditions for Facebook that you click before you say yes to your account. Do you really read that? You're going to sit there for 4 hours and read that? No, nobody reads that crap. And that's what they know. They hope it. They know it. They know probably people are going to skim halfway through it. They're not going to read 30,000 pages of some healthcare crap that's going to make people's eyes glaze over and nod off halfway through, and halfway through the first page, And plus, just to understand it, you absolutely have to be a college graduate. You absolutely do. The wording of it, the phrasing of it, the laws, where to look all this stuff up, how to cite everything. If you don't know any of this stuff, you're not going to understand any of the law. So they call on that too. So, you got these laws that are written specifically for people that are intelligent enough to understand them. And they know that there's a class of people that don't understand them. So right there is your abstract have and have not. They got lots of little they do this on purpose, and they have lots of little areas that they do this. And they meet like every year and think about this crap. It's like the Bilderbergers Club or whatever forest they run around naked and worship whatever stupid owl. They're all nuts. Every one of them. And this Mandela thing is happening. Don't let the COVID thing dissuade you from seeing it. Don't let.
No, it's just all of it. It's a distraction.
Yes, don't let it dissuade you from reading your Bible quickly before it becomes unintelligible. Read it. That's all I can. That's all I can say.
We're in the process. We're in the process of the falling away. The great falling away is predicted in the Bible. So be mindful of that too. Is like it's going like evil is going to be seen as good, and good is going to be seen as bad. So just keep that in mind as we go through this.
Have you heard of the prophecy of the popes?
I have.
Yeah. And I'm only going from 15 something. I don't know the exact date, but because there's some discrepancy before that. But going from 1500s on, that's been correct for every single pope, including this particular pope here.
Wow.
Francis is supposed to be the last pope.
Yep, he's predicted to be the last one.
He's the last one listed. And now anybody that does, here's something, go look at images of the Secret of Fatima. The girl, the nun who had the girl who had the last secret. She looks completely different in her older images than she does in her younger ones before the church took her under and prevented anybody from getting close to her, including her family. Her family could only talk to her for a very short time through a small window that was heavily wired. So they couldn't really get a good look at her either. But if you take a look at these two photos, they're different. They swapped her out, and that's scary. So what that means to me is they haven't given us their secret. They know. It's probably about these changes, is what it is. And to keep a long story short, there's a reason why these things happen.
I agree.
Yep, and there's only
I think all of
one.
this is happening for a reason. We may not know what that reason is, but I think there's got to be a reason for this. There has to be. This can't just be happening just because. You know what I'm saying?
It's a signal.
There's too much purpose to it.
It's a signal for the prophecies. All these prophecies in the Bible that you've been reading about in Sunday school are coming to fashion here.
Why do people think that the Antichrist is going to be flesh and blood? What if they take a quantum computer and they get really, really, really good at AI, and then they start asking that AI questions like how to run our society and like other things, like things that only evil people would ask oracles, and they start worshiping the damn thing. Oh wait, guess what? They already are. It's called I forget the name of the church, but there's a church that worships AI now.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, really?
Yeah, there's
That's
actually
horrible.
a church of the AI. It's called.
Oh no.
It's,
And there you go. So to me, and remember, they went to Baghdad too, man. They went and raided the basement of that museum, and they got was it Gilgamesh or Osiris's remains? I forget the details on that at the moment. It's kind of late here, so
yeah, we understand it's coming to the end of the show, and we really appreciate.
You know what? It was wonderful talking to you guys. God bless you all. I'll leave you with that. I'll let you guys go ahead and finish up. And hey, East Minnesota here. We love you, and you all have a good night.
Aww.
You too. We love you too, Jerry.
Thank you for calling in.
Thank you for calling in.
Thank
We
you
really do
again.
appreciate when you guys call in. It's pretty amazing
Man,
that
we look forward
you
to
guys do it.
we look
Nice to
forward
talk
to
to the
hearing from you
listeners.
again, Jerry. Keep in contact with us, and please join our chat the next time we come on the air. Okay.
I'll look for you. Absolutely. Got you Belden start or subbed in Bell. There you go.
All right.
Definitely.
And
Definitely. All right. Y'all have a good night. Thanks, Mel.
You two have a good
Bye-bye.
night. Thanks for coming
Good
on.
night. Thank you.
Bye. God bless.
All right, that was a great call. All of the calls have been really good tonight. Man, we were on a roll tonight.
Stay
Yeah.
poor.
It was great.
I'm very thankful that we've had the time to be together. Again, we'll hope and pray that we can come together again next weekend, just like usual. And please, everyone, remember to pray for Svetlana's mother.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Keep her in your thoughts and prayers, as well as anyone else. And you're free to mention whoever in the chat is in need of prayer. We'll pray for you as well. Again, everybody have a great evening, and thank you again. God
Good
bless.
night, everyone. Thank you
Good night,
for being here.
everyone.
Have a
Thank
great
you for
angelic
coming.
night. God bless.
Good night.